Welcome to BB on Blast, covering BB19, 3 weeks in the past. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Gaz.
How are you? Sorry it's taken us so long.
How am I? Or how are they?
How are they? Oh, Gaz, how are you?
Not very well.
Gaz is sipping on a lemsip because he's got cold.
Do you know what a lemsip is, American listeners?
What do you think they call it? Sip Max or something?
It's a paracetamol drink, right?
Yeah, it tastes
For
like...
when you've got a cold.
Tastes disgusting. We have been covering CBB. We've
been really caught up with the start of Celebrity Big Brother in the UK,
haven't we?
Yeah.
But we've neglected our little sister show, BB19. I blame Gaz because he's not as committed to it as he is to
I blame
the UK.
Lindsay for not being as committed as I am to it.
But we took a little trip to the CBB house in the meantime, so if you don't listen to our BB UK coverage,
Exactly, we've been
take
busy.
a listen to that. We have been busy.
On the BB UK streets.
But BB19 has actually been good. Except for I can't actually hear a word anyone says in
Because
it.
that goddamn background
That music, I only started noticing it about 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was when Cody and Jessica having a conversation. I thought, I can't actually hear what they're saying. And then the one we watched tonight, which was Monday's episode.
I can't tell you how many times we had to stop because I couldn't hear what they were saying.
When Josh talks, I can't understand a word. Mark has subtitles every single time he speaks. And there's just the sound. Does there need to be music playing behind every single fucking conversation? You know when people write into points of view, they're like, why, oh, why, Auntie B, can I not hear the actors are mumbling? It's like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like the actors
what was that
are
show
mumbling.
where everyone was mumbling the whole time?
Oh, okay.
So recently there was a drama
Yeah.
and no one could understand a fucking word
I
of
feel like
it.
it's pole dart, but it wasn't.
No, it was this thing where it was like a drama about what would have happened if the Germans had won the war.
Oh, that sounds
and
good.
the Nazis had taken over Britain, and every single line was mumbled. Nobody could understand a word of it.
That's how I feel about Big Brother now. And then sometimes they've got subtitles, but
I thought sometimes I can't understand because of their American accents, and I thought you were better at understanding than me.
No, Paul I can understand because he shouts.
Your
everything.
boy.
Yeah. Piss.
Enunciating my words.
Yeah, maybe they've told him to do that. Josh cannot understand a word. But, like, you can't have subtitles the whole way through. It's like being an old nan trying to watch something. How are you meant to take notes and look at subtitles?
Yeah, I'd do better with sign language in the fucking corner, and I can't even understand sign language.
Yeah, so Big Brother, can you please just turn that up?
Music
we know
down.
It's a dramatic scene. We know you got to do a snake sound
What
effect.
about for Christmas's wheels?
No, turn that up. They ain't done the jingle bells in ages, have they? Thought I heard that little scooter noise outside my house earlier.
Christmas has come early.
Someone knocked on my door like yesterday or the day before and went...
Well, they do knock on the door.
I know, they went, oh, I'm really sorry, I've been parking in your car parking space for the past few months. And I went, oh, it's all right, my car's broken down.
But don't do it again.
She was like, do you want me to give you any money for it? I was
yes,
like, no.
I do. She said yes.
I know.
Could have, I don't know.
I know.
Got a new microphone.
I know, that feels tight, doesn't it, to do that? You know we don't like to ask for money, listeners, because we have got counterculture production values and we're, I don't know, cool or something.
Yeah, we're too cool for ads.
Yeah.
But we would like some money, please.
If someone, let's get this straight, if someone actually offered to sponsor us, we would take it.
None of this like Western Union money transfer bullshit. We want the real deals.
We'll take it in bitcoins. Anyway. Sorry, I was channeling Sarah Harding there.
I knew you were going to mention Sarah Harding right
Sorry.
now. One thing, today I was listening to Rob Has a Podcast, and it started off with it started off with an advert. It was really confusing because it was in English.
Wait, that is weird, isn't it? I know. Was it Thomas Cook?
No, it was about the Gruffalo. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know I was listening to something about the Gruffalo, and it was an advert, but it was an English advert because it's local advert.
Yeah, he has targeted adverts. Weird, isn't it?
Why do I think I care about the Gruffalo?
I don't know, but I was listening to a whole thing about how he started his podcasting career and how he didn't want to do Patreon and how he didn't want to make money from it and he thought it was really bad, and now he's like give up his job
360 or whatever,
selling the Gruffalo.
It's like I'll never have a showman's in the house, isn't it?
Yeah, so we could jump on that train.
Selling a Gruffalo, did you say?
Yeah. Anyway, fucking hell, let's get started.
We're
Sister Speak say.
We're so far behind that the last time we recorded was when Dominique left.
Oh my god.
And the battle back happened,
no, hold
right?
on. We're past that because we've got a veto here. And Josh and Ramses are on the block. So Ramses is still in the house, which is quite a long time ago.
Yeah, but the last eviction was Dominique in our world right now.
And we did find out more about that Dominique situation, how it was basically just Paul turned everyone against her. But we don't think it was racist, but anyway.
Well,
yeah,
you need to listen to...
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Julie Girls podcast. Julie Girl, not Julie Girls.
Isn't it called Hey Julie? Or is that
something else? Someone else.
Oh, okay.
In the past, I might have spoke about this podcast and said Hey Julie. Oh, but there is something on what? Podcast or app on Apple called Hey Julie, but I haven't tried
I've listened to that one. I thought it was alright.
Any good?
But anyway, tell us about the other one.
There's a whole episode. I think it's episode 4 of Julie Girl by BB Team North at BB Team North. Go follow.
Hold on, are we sponsored by them now?
Well, no, but it's mutual BB community love.
Okay.
And he's done a really interesting episode all about like dissecting race and how it is for a black fan of Big Brother, like being a black Big Brother viewer, and talking about like, because you know we raised questions about was this a racist thing with Dominique, and I don't think like it's like out and out racism, but like there's undertones, and this is the way she gets treated for like certain views that she had, and I learned that like. You know, we were like, oh, she's taking Jesus into the house, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This point came up, like, for these people who have been oppressed in the past, like, their faith is such a big part of, like, their coping mechanism, and that's why it's so deeply part of the culture.
Makes
and, like,
sense.
to go in there and be criticised, apparently she was criticised a lot for talking about God. I mean, it would grate on me as well.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Yeah.
As it would if anyone had any faith. Constantly talking about it the whole time. But, it made me see it from a different point of view.
That's very interesting.
There was this idea that, well, if she can't go in there and do that, then she's not actually being allowed to be her full self. And that's not right for anyone going into Big Brother, which I agree with.
That's really, really interesting. I want to listen to that.
It's definitely worth a listen.
Did you see the debate I was having on Twitter today about the gifts, the blackface gifts, basically?
Blackface gifts? What about Paul blackface?
No, it follows on from that. But I read this really interesting article today that was about why are so many gifts depicting black people.
Oh, right. The people are, like, presenting themselves through black people and gifts. Yeah,
and it's because it's, like, they were saying, like, it's racist because it's, like, saying that black people are, like, kind of, like, almost like cartoons. And
so
they're
every time you use that Davon gift going through the door, you're being a racist piece of shit.
This is exactly what I tweeted, but I was obviously joking.
Did everyone tweet that? Did everyone tweet back to you that gif of Davon?
Yes.
Of course they did.
But the article is actually very, very interesting. I think raised some interesting points.
This is not related to Big Brother, right? It's about gifts in general. No,
it's just about gifts in general, but it made me think of the Davon gif, and then it was like...
That is probably the most used gif
ever.
I'm sure that people that don't know that's Big Brother use that gif.
Oh, of course. But then it was like about, treating... black people kind of like jesters and jokes, and it was all that, and it was very, very interesting. Some people were like, oh, that's absolutely ridiculous, you're just taking things too far, and then other black people were going, oh yeah, that's a good point, interesting article. But it was quite funny that someone did post that Davon gift to me, and I went, oh, I've never seen that before. But there was actually an interesting discussion about that, and I recommend you go back through my 7 billion tweets and find that article.
Okay, we're going to find that at LightUpVM. Scroll through those tweets.
It was really interesting. Anyway, we need to get on with this. Right, so Josh and Ramses are on the block. Ramses was the pawn. Oh yeah, because it was Cody and Jessica, wasn't it, that put Ramses up. You're
going to have to remind me all the way, because I got no notes and I can't remember.
I'm just going to wing it. And then, but Jessica and Cody thought Ramses wasn't going to go home, but then Paul, meanwhile, turned the whole house to keep Josh.
Yeah, it was almost like looking for sure it was going to be Josh, right? Initially.
Yeah.
And then Kevin goes, it's the skinny guy with the glasses or something. It's going home.
I love Kevin. Kevin's not on the show enough.
Do you know, I was thinking this about BB USA. Like, they don't give much of a comedy edit to those characters. Like, BB can focus a lot more on the light-hearted bit of every episode, but you don't get enough of that.
No,
I'm sure that
don't.
Kevin must be delivering gold.
Yeah, it's very just strategy. But they could. I wish they would have a bit of light relief. I think their
light relief is a squeaky wheel on Christmas's
that's
trike.
True, actually. I do agree with you on that. That is one thing that Canada does better.
Yeah.
Now I've got Josh was crying in the toilet, and I've put.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what that sign says on the toilet wall, because there was a sign written on the toilet wall inside, like quite a long, detailed sign. Obviously, telling people to flush the loo and tidy up after themselves. So if you know what that,
you need to be told to do that. You filthy beggars.
Animals, isn't it? So Josh said no.
Sure, it's not an inscription that Dominique put there when she was communicating.
Josh said, no ands, ifs and buts. I'm winning that veto.
Did he? I can't remember.
I can't find
We'll get to that.
God knows. Hold on. Cody said, Jessica's going to be the one to crush Josh and kick him out the door. I don't know how I struck gold like this. Well, that didn't happen.
Your meatball. Da, 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 da.
So annoying. Josh is the most annoying person ever.
Get up. We're going to bond.
And then, do you remember Cody and Christmas had a conversation about NASCAR?
Oh, yeah. So she starts to go, hey, did you hear about that girl? It's like the first ever female pit girl for NASCAR. And he's like, yeah, I think I did hear about that. She's like, kind of in the, like, there's knowing look, like, yeah, it's me. And
he's like,
whoa,
was
that's
that you?
But then in the diary room, he was like, you know, I am kind of interested in what she's saying, but I'm totally playing it up.
Oh my God,
to get in her goodness.
Cody does have a social game.
Who
Who knew it? I don't know.
But I think he really was actually that impressed, don't you? And he was playing, I think he was playing it down in the diary room to make himself look cooler.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Christmas is such a one-upper and a show-off.
She's a what? If you've been to Tenerife,
yeah,
she's been to 11
I don't know what NASCAR is though, but anyway.
Some sort of racing thing, isn't it? She said that it's very sweaty and you breathe in loads of pollution.
I remember it's mentioned in an Eminem song. So then, what else? Something about meatballs. Oh, Jason was saying he misses his kid. Do you remember his kid's name?
Gaston.
No, that's someone out of Disney, isn't it?
It's something to begin with G.
Yeah,
it sounds like gasoline.
It's got on the end, yeah.
Gallon.
Gallon.
Yes.
That is a good name, isn't it?
But he said something after which I couldn't catch.
Oh.
Gallon something or other. Like it was, was it a full name or?
He said, Gallon must be wondering why I'm not feeding the bulls or riding the horses or
he was
doing
getting
any
emotional.
cowboy stuff with him. I thought that was quite sad.
Cowboy stuff. And then he went to cry and Josh came and followed him and he was like, you were having a moment. He's like, oh, I'm just getting this belt.
I do like Jason a little bit now. Do you? Or not?
Whistle nut.
Yeah. But he gets on my nerves a bit as well.
He's a bit nothingy,
He
but
seems
then
like a sweet guy though.
he seems okay.
Okay. So now it's the veto. Things are about to get a bit juicy.
Are they? Oh, it's that smoothie blowing up thing. Now this apparently... No, I was going to say that, I don't know. I wouldn't miss Jason if he did go, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't either.
So apparently this task is some sort of legend of BB USA because they had on the wall the people that have been champions in it in the past.
They
like
did it the past 4 years, yeah. But it's always got a slightly different theme. They have goggles on.
Yeah, but some of some of those like smoothie cups blew up and went pop and like a load of like goo came out.
Yeah.
And some of them shot up in the air like a projectile missile come from fucking North Korea.
Oh my God, topical. Back at you from America. Yeah, with the greatest country on earth. Fuck yeah. I did enjoy Kevin in that grape suit hosting the competition, did you?
Why is Kevin hosting every competition all the time? He was a merman, he was a grape man. What else is he going to be?
Either Kevin or Paul.
Yeah, or Paul. Yeah, he's piloted that spaceship. He's been that... Was he in that graveyard thing just now too?
Yeah. Because he's always fucking HOH, that's why. And then you host it the next time, don't you?
Do you? Kevin hasn't been HOH.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, I don't know. But don't you think this task's kind of easy, like remembering the things? And you know what my memory's like? I thought it was quite easy. But
I think I failed the first one, but it's because there was a word I wasn't expecting, like guava or something. I was like,
but it was quite easy, I thought.
Ginseng or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... So what is it? If it's not always smoothies, but it's always something that blows up.
It was like a science experiment one year and a different thing, you know. Everyone went out quite quickly, actually, didn't they?
Remind me.
Xmas went... Oh, I've just put Xmas. Let's just call it that. Went out first. Oh, she was like, oh, this is going to be a walk in the... Do you know what I mean? In the diary, and then just you see them blow up. It's stupid. Cody said, Josh is a dum-dum. I could feel his spirits are absolutely crushed, and that satisfied me. And then the last two left was Cody and Jessica. And Cody said, if this goo gets all up in her hair, I'll never hear the end of it. So
he had to take it for her, didn't he?
Yeah, he let her win. Which is quite romantic, I think. Cody and Jessica are quite romantic, aren't they?
In their own way.
In their own sick way.
So what competition is this again? HOH? Veto?
No, veto.
So Jessica won veto?
Vetoed, yeah. But she was already HOH, was she? Or was Cody?
I
It was
can't
her.
remember.
It was her. I can't remember.
It's a long time ago.
Oh, it was about 3
We've
years
had a
ago.
fucking final and a launch since this happened in the UK.
True. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what this is about. Not interesting. I put Raven didn't even lie very well that she was evicting Josh. She's always got her mouth open, just like Mark, and her hair needs cutting.
Didn't she have to do some sort of really poor, like, conversation change at some point?
Yeah.
Or am I making that up?
She's useless, but more of which later.
We're not talking about Raven Exposed Party yet?
You can if you want. That's all. If people who listen to this are like that.
No, but
happened
I
a
haven't
month
quite
ago.
fully worked it out yet, so we need to unpack it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I watched this, like, YouTube video the other day, which I've seen
watched
coming
it
up for
as well,
ages.
with her mum on it.
Yeah, so, like, but they were on, like, local news, like, years ago or something,
Yeah,
wasn't
I know.
it?
She's like a celebrity for being ill. It's like, you know, Munchausen syndrome by proxy. It's like that, isn't it?
What?
You know when your mum poisons you to get attention?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know, like mums who like put salt in their kids' food to just make them go to hospital all the time and then they get sent to like Disneyland.
Yeah,
You'd like
Make-A-Wish
that.
Foundation.
Yeah, it's like that.
Right. So,
Although I think Raven is actually ill.
well, I think she has a condition.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you'd seen that pacemaker coming through
I have.
through
I've
her
seen
body.
it several times.
But that cat's snoring, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does snore. Yeah.
So she said in the garden that she's got there's 15 settings or something on this pacemaker.
Yeah.
She's on number 9, and after that it's
Yeah.
like
No, but
You're gonna.
I heard her mum's on her 4th pacemaker, so it's all bullshit. But either way, Raven is obviously ill, but I don't know if she's terminally ill.
No, but isn't the question here that her family have now, since she's going to Big Brother, set up like a GoFundMe page to raise X amount of money for an operation for her in the future?
Oh, okay.
And the question is that all bullshit? I think is what's coming up here. She's a total fraud.
I saw that she had a very nice car on Instagram.
Well,
And
it's all the crowdfunding that we've been doing for those operations.
All watches and shit that she had and stuff.
But she is hated. Like,
I hate her, and I
she's-
don't even hate her about that. I
no, you just hate her
about
because you don't like her in the show.
house.
Yeah, but like, I've seen people talking so much shit about her.
And she hid those cat ears, not Jessica.
Why would anyone touch anyone's cat ears?
Cat ears are de rigueur in Big Brother at the
We
moment, aren't
had
they?
Neda wearing those cat ears. We've got Alex wearing them. Who else is wearing them? Brandy,
Jessica was wearing some.
Jessica,
Yeah.
Brandy in Celebrity Big Brother over here. She's obviously brought them over from America.
I think those cat ears are a bit passé. I think they
No,
were a
aren't
thing
they?
like a while ago. They ain't a thing no more.
Last Halloween,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, so Raven, I mean, I don't want her to die. Just be evicted from my programme. My favourite thing of Rob Has a Podcast, which, again, I'm about 3 weeks behind on, was he just said, every time you see Matt, he's got a bowl of cereal in his hand. And now every time I see him, I just look out for the bowl of cereal.
And he did have today.
9 times out of 10, it's there.
Yeah, I've heard him being called Mattress because he's always in bed and just does nothing.
That's good. I like that. What else? Jessica doesn't want to be blindsided again, and then let's just go into the eviction because that's boring. Julie's dress, one of her worst ever.
Remind me.
Looks like bubble wrap and an old curtain.
Bubble wrap?
It was like a 2-tier thing. It was like bubble wrap on top, I think, and then a curtain below.
Oh, that sounds lovely. If you're upcycling.
I'm sure that Will User will do a good parody of it on his BB Saga.
I've seen that one. I don't know if he did, but
He should have
the
done.
pineapple dress got it.
Oh, the pineapple dress.
You
I've
need
got a
to-
pineapple dress.
I was wondering if you'd like that.
Yeah.
Because it had recurring
I
pattern
didn't
all
like
over
it, but I do have a dress with pineapples on. He
Um,
lives in a pineapple. Yes.
yeah, I can't remember that outfit.
It was hideous.
When was she wearing jeans? A week before?
Oh, yeah, that was tragic as well. I think she does it just to get people tweeting about it.
Like Paul Danan. His wardrobe choices, they're there for that as well.
I said
think.
it looked like he was in disguise earlier. It does, doesn't it?
Fake hair.
So then Paul was bitching because Mark and Elena seemed to be back with Jessica and Cody. Do you remember?
yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
last week you couldn't...
Oh, he looked at his fake watch.
Yeah.
This time a week ago.
Yeah. And then Jason and Kevin were talking and there was just a subtitle on the screen and it just said, let's just get somebody out of here, which I liked.
Get somebody
Get
out.
someone out. You're right there, girls.
Yeah. Sorry.
Josh was doing a meatball dance. Don't know what that is.
Is when Mark has to get out of bed because I might be going home and we need to bond. Is it? Must be.
It ain't that bit yet.
I think. Are you sure? He does
Have
that
you got
every
any
time.
notes?
Every time he winds Mark up, he does
Have
that.
you got any notes?
No.
No. Oh, this is it. Mark was talking to Paul, playing pool.
Scratch the 8 ball.
Yeah, no. Mark was. Listen to what I'm saying. Mark was playing pool with Paul, and he said, "I've always liked."
Paul.
He said, "I've always liked Cody," and he said, "Me and Cody have a clean slate now." And then Paul was in the diary and going, "Oh, you and Cody, clean slate." Just writing that down. Do you remember?
Yeah,
like
I
he was
do.
all pissed off
Your
about
Paul's
it.
quite good.
That wasn't that good, but I can do it good sometimes. And then Mark said he doesn't like the people in the house who are neutral, i.e. Matt and Raven. And Paul was like, "Oh, I'll let them know."
Yeah. That was a surprise to hear him say that because
I know.
you wouldn't say that to Paul knowing that they're part of that alliance. That's a
Say
bit of a
fuck all
bad
to Paul,
idea.
would you? But look at Mark. He hasn't even got the brains to shut his own mouth, so serious. You can't still fancy him.
I do.
What? What about when he's in that tutu
Oh, yeah.
wielding a
it's
saucepan?
great in a tutu. I could knock my block off with that saucepan.
You're sick. Sick.
That was a dangerous situation. I can't wait to get onto that bit.
So then Paul said, "Thanks to this grocery list of red flags." You don't have a grocery list of red flags, do you? That's mixed metaphors there. And then Paul was grassing up what Matt just said, what Mark just said to Raven and Matt. He said, "Just get in bed and look as if you're having your typical nap."
Yeah, like you always are, basically. And they did it. You see them both getting in there so obediently, like in your bed, like animals, like a dog.
Yeah, well, Cody said that later in the week. And I've put, i.e. the entire way you play your game, you boring cunts. And then,
They don't even have a conversation between them, do they? For what
I've
ever see.
never ever seen them.
They have 2 words to share between one
I need
another.
to watch them after dark, because do they have sex? Do they have any chemistry?
Don't think so.
I'm so far behind on After Dark, I'm still on the first week. No, I think I'm on the second week now, but
At least
still.
you're trying to watch
But I've
it.
got some good Kevin quotes from After Dark, but they are about a month and a half old now.
Well, we'll look forward to those later, won't
But
we,
still,
listeners?
if you only watch the main show, you don't know. So then, Raven was talking a big game in the diary room going, "You and your girlfriend are on the block."
Is that your Southern Belle impression?
My Raven. Cody had a dream. Josh went out to a flurry of booze, and he said, "If it's not unanimous, he will seek blood." Okay.
Flurry of booze. That's never going to happen in BB19, is it?
Never. Well, unless you're racist, then it does happen. Then, Jessica admitted to Kevin that she had the temptation. Do you remember that? Because they've got a shared love of Boston.
Heart in Hex Rise.
Yeah, because they're both from Boston. And I thought, oh God, don't tell him that, because Kevin, you can't really trust him, can you?
Well, no. No one knows he took that 25k on the first day.
No. And that was when Kevin dragged Jessica into the toilet. He said, "Go in the toilet." And he said,
that's why he said the guy with the glasses is going.
Yeah, he said, "I'm telling you, the little kid with the glasses is going." And I thought, it looks weird of them going into the loo together to have that conversation.
doesn't
They're just
it?
having it outside. It's
Unless
weird.
they're going in to read that plaque.
Weird. Yeah, true.
But at least Ramsey's still going to his Thanksgiving dinner, so...
Oh, that's nice. I've put, I like Ramsey's eviction shirt. Can't remember. Oh, was it like... It was like a Hawaiian type shirt. Had like palm trees on and stuff. Do you remember?
No.
Why can't you remember anyone's
Sounds
clothes?
like the kind of boring clothing he would wear.
No, it was nice. It wasn't boring. So then, it was the vote to evict. Only Mark, Elena and Cody voted to evict Josh.
Because they didn't know the plan.
Yeah, they weren't in on the plan, man. That's what happens when you're on the outs.
Why didn't Ramses bring in a single cosplay item, given that he's a cosplayer? He could have walked out dressed as a fucking, I don't know, robot or something.
Giraffe. Don't know, you'd think Paul was the cosplayer, wouldn't you? From
Yeah, that fucking furry waistcoat.
So Ramses went. Considering we've not mentioned Ramses' name, barely, he obviously didn't do much work to try and save himself, did he?
He's not really had any presence on the show, has he?
No.
Poor love. Like, he's supposed to be a super fan.
No.
And he just kind of withered in the corner. He didn't know what he was doing. His first early alliance was with Gillian. That ruined his game when she went. How embarrassing is that?
And Megan.
And Megan. She couldn't hack it.
Might as well have had Cameron in there. So Ramsey said to Julie, Paul is running the show. At least he knew.
Tell us something we don't know.
That's why he had to go. I put Ramsey's was quite self-deprecating and sweet in his interview. I don't remember that. And Paul said in his goodbye message, strategically you were better than Josh. And yeah, Kevin said you're still coming for Thanksgiving. So the next HOH task was inked and evicted. Do you remember this?
Inked and evicted. I can only assume it involves some kind of octopus thing.
No, it's tattoos. So
tattoos?
The evicted housemates come up on a screen and they all had different tattoos.
Oh, they had to watch the video.
Yeah, and they had to remember the different tattoos.
Yeah, and then they had to go in some sort of tattoo parlour thing, and look like a chair where Rylan would interrogate you when you've been evicted on the spot.
Yeah, it did look like that, or a tattoo chair, as other people would just see it.
So hang on, didn't these go off all night long? Was it that one?
Yeah,
they had to get up at like 4 a.m. and go look at Dominique's tattoo of what she'd had done.
Yeah, basically.
God,
hold on. This was the moment Jessica said to Julie, "Oh, no worries, because I've got the final temptation and I have the power to keep Cody and I safe for a few weeks."
And Julie went, "I'm not saying anything."
Yeah, and at first we thought, what the fuck is she doing that for? That's ridiculous, but...
Turned out she was trying to strong-arm Paul into doing what?
Into not putting her up, because he'd be too scared to put her up, because he knew she had the hex, but...
He didn't believe it, so he tested that hex.
And she never fully explained it properly, which was part of the problem.
Yeah, but she didn't want to. She sort of like kept giving him the chance to ask the question, but not really letting him, like, giving him the answer. But she was almost like giving him the opportunity to find out, but wasn't quite giving it to him because he wasn't asking the right questions.
Yeah, she was beating around the bush.
Had she have been a bit more open about it, then hopefully he wouldn't have done it, and then she could have used it the next week.
Yeah, because he wasted his week, basically, so it was stupid. But I do think it was strong gameplay on her part in a way, even though at first I thought it's insane. If it had worked, if she'd pulled it off, it would have been good, but unfortunately Paul did call her bluff. So then they also introduced the temptation competition, which you forgot about already.
Yeah. No, I remember.
For 3 weeks, it runs for 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
The 4 nominations.
I told you that Day of Temptation wouldn't be over yet, didn't I? You were like, no.
So for 3 weeks before nominations, participants can choose where to compete.
There's been a snake voice. Go on.
Oh, go on then.
No, you do it.
I can't do the snake voice. Can choose where to compete. No, if to compete.
Whether to compete, probably.
The winner will be safe, but last place
will be a special third nominee.
That's it.
Special third nominee.
And then on the little bit of live feed where Julie says let's eavesdrop on the house, Paul was going, "Oh, Ramsey's had that 25 grand all along from the start of the game. Kevin's got that 25 grand."
And I think they believe it's Ramsey, truly.
Little fucker.
But didn't Kevin tell someone? No.
Yeah, Paul.
Oh,
and
so
Paul was still trying to blame Ramsey at the end. Yeah,
that's
wasn't it?
Weird.
So you got notes now on the noms now?
I don't know what.
You don't have to. I'll just do mine if you want. But it seems pointless if you've actually written some. You might. Have
well, can you tell me what episode it was? Probably not. Can you?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, I've got notes from episode 16.
Woo!
Yeah. This is where, obviously, it starts at that point where Julie went, "I'm not saying anything."
Hey, Julie.
Julie girl.
No, but hey, Julie is what they say to Julie.
Who says it? Oh, when they come to the diary room.
When they go to vote. Hey, Julie girl.
What it do, baby boo?
Oh, God. Fucking hell. Hey, gorgeous.
Right. Paul said, "I'm calling that bluff."
Paul went, "Don't assume I was going to put you on the block." Like, well,
of course you're going to.
Bitch.
Cody said Jessica, she's fierce about her in the diary room.
And she has great intuition.
Oh, God. You take the lead on this, because I can't remember what happened.
Hold on, Josh said no. Oh, Ellen,
Mark and Elena.
Yeah, they're annoyed because they voted to evict Josh, basically, and they weren't in.
Yeah. So Josh was like,
"Yeah,
you guys didn't seem too happy to see me stay. You said we were friends."
Yeah.
And Elena's like, Elena's like, "I told you, congratulations. I'm happy that you're here." Oh yeah. Josh goes, "Mark, are you a little upset? Are you okay? How does it feel?"
Meatball. He probably didn't say that.
Wait, yeah, so it cut to 10 hours earlier when Ramses was still in there, and that is when that started. That Josh was basically doing an evil dick, and he said, I leave today, so we need to spend time together. Did you notice that Alex and Ramses were like in the bathroom, like doing the ablutions in the mirror, and he was like going around in the background, they were just like trying not to laugh, like kind of shocked at what was going on.
Josh is getting on my nerves. Like when he went HH, I was just like, oh god.
He said, you're gonna experience Big Brother hell for 7 hours. That is pretty hard to live with, isn't it?
Yeah, very. You might want to just end up stoving his head in.
Or self-evicting.
Yeah, one or the other.
So Cody advised Jess not to talk to Paul about the hex. But she still did dice with it.
She did, yeah.
Paul, Kevin and Jason. Kevin seems to think the temptation keeps him safe for 2 months. What? 2 months? 2 months.
2 months.
There can't be more. Is there 2 months left? You said the Big Brother USA goes on
3
for
months.
3 months.
Yeah.
What's that in days? Over 100
days?
days?
It's like 90 odd days,
right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know.
We're on day 44 already, though.
Yeah. And also, CBB will probably finish before BB19 finishes.
Apparently this is a very short one, but I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how short. Someone said it was 2 weeks, but
What,
that'd
CBB?
be like ending
No.
this weekend. It can't be.
Can't be.
Paul turned his sights to Mark and Elena now.
Yeah. He said he wants to make big boy moves.
Big boy. Yeah.
Saying that isn't very big boyish, is it?
Mark was upset though because Elena was like giving him the cold shoulder. Do you remember?
Yeah,
and he said, "My closest ally won't even look at me right now."
She said, "I'm actively choosing not to speak to anyone right now."
Why was she doing that? Because she got left out of the plan.
Yeah,
but Mark didn't know the plan either.
I know, but I think she thinks Mark's hurting her game, doesn't she?
Because he's tied in too closely with Cody.
Yeah.
And she's trying to abandon ship, right?
Yeah, and he's a meatball.
So Paul didn't believe that this temptation was a thing, so put Jessica and Cody up anyway.
Boo!
Is this when it all kicked off? When the HOH? Is this episode?
I'm not sure.
Cody goes to the HOH, says Mark's interests were him, Elena and Paul.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because they voted the same way last week, basically. They all voted Josh out. So basically Cody's like, I hate Mark, but he's kind of the best of a bad bunch, really.
Oh, I see.
But he'll never trust him because of what happened the first week.
Cody's got to get some alliances though, because he hasn't got anyone.
No, he can't. He can't do it. It's not the type of person he is.
So Alex and Paul were theorising together.
Oh, Alex and Paul together. Fuck off. Turn it off. Crap. Next.
This is where Paul was saying that Mark and Elena were going to go up, but was Alex advising against it?
What's it got to do with Alex? Who's HOH?
Who was the HOH?
Hold on, where is the HOH? It was that inked and evicted, wasn't it? Paul won it, didn't he? I don't know why I've not written about the HOH competition.
Have we accidentally inadvertently skipped an entire episode?
I hope so. I know Paul was the Paul won that inked and evicted competition.
Oh, they're all evicted housemates. That's why it's called that.
Yeah.
Slow.
I don't know why I've not got anything about that, but never mind. At this point, let's press on. Elena, whatever the fuck.
Elena.
It's getting late. Said, obviously I enjoy Mark, but I don't want to leave the game for a showmance. I can't look that dumb. I'm not going to throw away my game for a guy I met 40 days ago.
She said to someone, I don't know how to undamage myself by being attached with Mark. Undamage.
Well, do you think Elena, it is
Elena,
wears too much makeup?
No.
What?
I don't.
She looks like a fucking clown.
I think she looks good with it.
Shh, got me
It suits
joking.
her, especially the lips.
It's like a fucking mask. It's terrible. And I like makeup, but come on. I've put, is Christmas's scooter really making that squeaky
No,
noise?
of course not. Any more than it is doing sleigh bells.
Okay, so now we're on to the temptation competition, right?
Okay.
So they had to go in the stupid den of temptation and drink the green drink.
Oh, there's 2 bottles.
Ugh, I'm so tired of that. Oh, it's time for the temptation, blah, blah, blah.
So they can win safety for a week if they win.
Yeah.
But if they fail, they go on the block.
Yeah. I've put, what do you think is in these bottles? GHB and Ribena.
Looked like Pepto-Bismol or something. I don't know.
Kevin
It
went.
looked like it tasted bad.
Kevin went. Is this wine? It's delicious.
Oh yeah. So who drank and who didn't?
So
Cody said I might as well compete in this thing.
Yeah.
But Jessica didn't want to. She said, I don't think you know what poker face means.
Yeah, she was having a go at Cody, and then when she walked out the room, Cody like looked at the camera like
Fuck that.
mugging to the camera.
So that logic was like, don't play and look really confident because we've got the hex.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. So
But he went for it anyway,
Yeah, but he didn't play though.
didn't he?
No.
Oh.
People who ended up playing was Mark, Jason, Matt, and Alex. Matt.
Who didn't play? Or
No,
who
he did play. And they were wearing tutus. And the competition is
I
called
know it now.
Bowl Arena, where they have to spin round on a thing and then
handle.
bowl balls. What, do they get 10 seconds or something?
What, before that shutter comes up?
True
15 seconds.
True fans will know this is one that Amanda and McRae played against each other.
This has happened before.
In a veto in BB15. Was that 15? Yeah, I think it was.
You can do US numbers, but not because they
I
call
know,
them.
yeah, exactly.
They call it the title of
Plus,
the hashtag.
that was a
yeah.
very notorious series. Okay, go on. Paul said, "This is a chance to bowl down your pins," and I thought he said, "This is a chance to pull down your pants."
Pull down your pants.
Yeah, I had to rewind it to check if he said that, but
Oh, that voice said, "You can't
voice?
fight for your lives without the proper attire."
I want to give him tutus.
Yeah, gave him a tutu.
Mark looked like a fucking gorilla in that tutu, didn't he? Why are you looking at me like that?
A gorilla in a tutu.
Yeah.
I've never seen a gorilla in a tutu.
Well, I have. Mark.
so-
Open-mouthed.
That thing, like when they spun on that handle fast,
Yeah.
it made them dizzy.
It's
and it
quite
was
funny.
Whistle Nut that did it first, wasn't it? And he was like
He-
going all over the show.
Yeah.
So
He said he was bowling like a drunken monkey.
I didn't even think of. Oh, he did say that. I didn't even think about the fact it would make you dizzy at first until like
Why?
I saw him
the
try
whole
and
point
run in
of
a
it.
straight line. Kevin said about Jason that he's running like a drunken sailor leaving the bar.
Oh, it could have. It sounds about right.
I've written that I felt tired watching it. Sorry, what about Matt?
He said, "I've been keeping a low profile so far." Sure have. The fact that Matt even played in that competition just because Paul told him to, it's like, ugh.
So I didn't notice until it got to Matt that they were wearing little ballerina shoes as well. Not just tutus, but little like pink ballerina shoes.
It's degrading.
Somebody had a good tactic though. Was it Mark? The last person to play like slowed it right down.
Okay, yeah.
So as not to get dizzy.
That's true. That was good.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, that was good. So who won? Matt.
Mark wins.
Mark. That was
It was Mark who slowed it down.
So Mark was safe.
He had this tactic. He did it in 1 minute and 18 seconds. That was very quick.
That's quick. That's really quick.
Given that Jason took 3 minutes and 37 seconds, apparently. I said it felt longer, like usual.
Yeah,
Those
I
competitions
know.
always feel longer.
Take longer than they actually take. So then, let's skip ahead because boring. So Paul nominated Jessica and Cody, and then was like, "Oh, well, I've been waiting to see if something happened, and I guess nothing happened. So, whatever." And he went, "Me and the house are genuinely confused." And Cody went, "I'm sure you will be."
Yeah.
And then Jessica said, "It's a waste of a week. They're idiots." And then Cody went, "Paul's put me up. Jess has the temptation, so I don't care."
Do you think he's really saying I don't care? Or they just editing that in? I don't believe that.
Squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
You got any more on that episode?
Trying to catch up with you.
Sorry, I just got tired of it.
No, it's okay.
Ain't nobody got time for this shit.
Something about Elena needing to pick a side. I think that's just my views at the end of that episode, that she really needed to decide what she was going to do with herself.
Well, I think that's come back to bite her, hasn't it?
Jessica in the diary said, "I'm surrounded by idiots in this house.
Should've
You
said-
tell me you have safety, so they nominate you. It's a waste of a week. Stupid."
Yeah. Well, it's not a waste though, because she's used up her hex now. So Paul did achieve something that week, but not actually evicting him.
Yeah, we need to talk about that hex. Why didn't she say out loud,
Hold on.
"Halt
we're
in
not-
hex, rise, eviction night dies"?
We're not at that bit yet.
Oh, aren't we?
Hold your
Are
horses.
you still teasing it?
We're only on the veto. Just like getting to the exciting
This
stuff.
Lemsip is really working.
I want to get another drink.
Go on then.
Are you sighing?
No, I didn't.
You little bitch.
So, right, Paul's just nominated Jessica and Cody, right? He said, on live eviction day, I'm not good at doing his voice.
Go on, yeah, you are.
You told the house you had a temptation. You did not want to disclose further what that temptation was, apart from he literally had the chance to ask Jessica more questions. But seeing where we are in this game, I thought it was important, and I think the house thought it was important to see exactly what it was. So the fact that nothing has been revealed... Oh, you've already said that. I think me and a lot of the house are genuinely confused.
I liked hearing you do it better, though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, now we're on to the video episode. I like that. I like how your head went from side to side as you did the different bits. So then Alex went, oh...
Wait, hang on, diary room.
Yeah.
Paul, Jess and Cody are on the block. There's no medallions, no hissing noises. Okay, plan A is go. Now, Operation Get Cody Out of This House, the sequel.
Well, you're still struggling with that, Paul.
It's going to be like the saga.
Yeah, it is actually.
The trilogy or something.
So then Alex was like, oh, sorry about that, guys, to Jessica and Cody. And Cody went, whatever, Alex. And then Jessica said, I don't want to be hugged right now. And Cody went, you guys all knew what Paul was going to do. Cody always just has a go at the whole house. It's like, Cody, just shut your mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he knows, though. He's not going to build any bridges with them anyway, is he? So I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Talking of not...
He wants to be a powerhouse about it.
Talking of not building bridges, then Paul said to Jessica, do you want to come upstairs and speak to me?
Yeah.
And he went, Cody, that includes you. Cody was drinking out this little silver cup this whole time. Did you notice? Looking very angry.
Like his back in his army days, I would drink that little mess tin.
So then, hold on. So then Cody went, what's the point? This week means nothing. And then, so they went up there, and then Jessica went to Cody, don't speak. Please don't speak. She just knows he's going to say something.
Yeah, this was really interesting how she got so kind of startled by the way Cody handled the situation. Yeah. And it became also about the real world, not about the game.
So Cody said to Paul, every 2 seconds you're on about how much you know this game. You're like, I'm on a day 130 and I know this game better than anyone else. And Paul's like, no.
Yeah, he's kind of questioned that he does that. He totally does do that.
And then Paul and then
Jessica starts saying something, and Paul goes, lower your voice.
She wasn't even talking that loud.
I didn't think so.
Cody's like, don't tell her to lower her voice.
Who said get out of this fucking room?
Paul did.
To Cody?
Yeah. But Paul said to Cody, calm her down, dude. Calm her down. She wasn't...
Did he?
Yeah. And she wasn't uncalm.
To be honest, in that situation... I didn't think anyone was being very, aerated about it compared to what I've seen on other Big Brothers.
I didn't think what Cody did was even that bad. He stuck up for Jessica when Paul was being rude to her.
Exactly.
And then Cody said the best line, you got it.
You're just a character on a fucking show, Paul.
That was good. No, but I've got an even better one than that. Well, no, both of those are equally good, actually. He said, you treat those people like they're dogs down there.
He does.
It's so good.
Get in your bed, Matt and Raven.
It was so good. And then Paul went, go be a kid outside. And then Cody said, you always have to have the last word. You just want the spotlight. You're a showman, but you're just a character on a fucking show. And that was when Paul was standing on his little HOH-itis balcony, looking down at all his minions, wasn't he? That was good. That was a good scene, wasn't it?
It was a good scene, but I didn't quite understand why Jessica got so mad at Cody.
They must have cut... Because Cody was fronting up to Paul, wasn't he?
Yeah, but she made out like he was about to probably smash him. Yeah, smash his lights out. But yeah, exactly. What I saw Mark do was arguably more aggressive than what Cody's done. Josh. Yeah, that's true.
Then Jessica and Cody having a little
she said,
tete-a-tete in the have-not room.
Am I going to have to deal with this in reality too? You being a hothead and getting into fights.
That's interesting though, isn't it?
Hothead.
I like the fact that she was worried about that in the real world though, because there's nothing worse than going out with someone who's like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Trying to start a fight with everyone when you're out and stuff. It's the worst. She said, you're making us go through this war for a second time and you really like testing me. And then when she walked out the room, Cody went, this is why I'm single. That was good. I love it.
Josh was sort of telling... Okay,
Oh,
this
God.
is starting
no.
on Mark again, is
There's
it?
so much drama. Drama
says,
everywhere.
You should have stood up for Dominique. You're a
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
You're a big fat fucking bully. You suck. Your personality sucks.
I've
You're
heard him-
bland as fuck.
I've heard him say you suck to people
To everyone.
a few times.
Left, right and centre.
Go on, do that Josh impression. That's good.
What, Josh impression?
This, your personality sucks.
You're bland as fuck.
And then Mark's just like sat there at the table, like seething, and you could tell that Mark was just going to go, couldn't you?
Oh, this is when he came up to her with the pans. It's that moment. And then Big Brother is just... Was that a recording of opposite sides of the house?
Yeah.
That is so lame.
I know.
Get a human on there and tell them,
Sorry,
you
no-
go to Rose Cottage.
No,
you.
no humans available. No security. Security. No, there
Yeah,
ain't
where's
none.
security?
There ain't none.
Josh could have been killed.
I wish. Oh my god. That is so
If
good.
Mark had smashed him around the head with that pan, he'd
he
have had
looked
brain damage.
That's.
He'd have needed more than a fucking bone donor if you didn't listen to the previous one.
Do people get a warning on
Big Brother
BBUS
USA?
for violence? Because that's twice. Mark did look like he was going to clock Josh, and I don't blame him. But that was quite aggressive, wasn't it?
I mean, there must have been some action. Josh needs a telling off, and so does Mark for sure.
But the thing that confused me most during that scene, why was Mark still wearing that tutu?
Yeah, why? I was wondering that too. And actually, I've written it next. I thought Cody takes Mark to Rose Cottage, the Rose Room. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mark was still in that too. So do they have to wear those costumes for like longer, or is it all by choice?
No, it was only for the task. That was hilarious.
Oh,
though.
but then Mark started boo-hooing with a sob story
to
in the
Cody.
DR.
Oh, in the DR. Oh, yeah.
He said, I was bullied as a kid. Ever since I found the gym, I didn't get bullied.
But it still hurts.
It still hurts. And people are just standing back and watching. Well, that's because there's pans flying left, right and centre.
No, but he's right. I did notice people's faces when all that kicked off. No one did anything.
Nothing to see here.
And also, Josh is really annoying. Like, if Josh came at me with those pots and pans, I would get annoyed. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's the intention.
I know, but it works. So then Mark went into the have-not room or whatever it is where Cody was, and Cody was like, yeah, it's whatever. And Mark's like, no one says anything to Josh. And then Cody went, well, why would they? They all voted to keep him here. I thought, don't take out counselling, will you, Cody? It was quite funny the way they were like cutting between Cody and Mark and Jessica
The
and
showman's
Elena.
is literally breaking
both
down.
bitching about each
Yeah.
other. It was good, wasn't it? And then Cody went, I think Jessica might be done with me. He said, we would have run this thing if Paul would never have came around. Jessica thinks I'm a villain now. Elena, and you cool? Mark?
Yeah.
Probably not after that.
Cody said, I'm not winning this game anyway. Jessica's default is to blame me.
Well, it is normally some shit you do, Cody. When he come back in that house, he said he is going to listen to Jessica all the time.
He can't though, can he?
No.
Jessica and Paul had a chat
Yes.
and says the reason Jessica gets targeted is Cody.
Yeah.
So this plan starts to come about whereby we're going to get Jessica to break away from Cody.
Yeah.
But there's
Not
also...
use the hex to save herself.
So that she can like better her image and let Cody get evicted.
How much did you believe this plan on a scale of 0 to 100% was actually going to happen?
Minus.
It was so fake, and they pushed it so hard the whole episode and the whole next episode. I was like, she is never going to turn on Cody. Was she?
No, of course not.
They did ham it up quite well, though.
Hang on.
Yes.
Who talked about Sparkles appearing? Obviously, Paul. He said the intention was to nominate someone else when Sparkles appear.
What the fuck?
When the hex comes into play, he thought he'd get to nominate someone else. That was his intention all along. When those Sparkles appeared, he was going to nominate someone else.
Yeah.
So Paul had his next team meeting. He said that he's planted that seed that if Cody goes home, that Jessica won't be a target. And he said, the showman's... No, what's his voice?
The showman's killer is back.
That's it, yeah. Well done, that's pretty good.
But then I put Elena's in a showman's. Because he said he wanted to kill the showmances, but Elena's in a showman's. He said it to us.
A withering showman. What about Matt and Raven?
Ugh.
Maybe he's going to take them out one by one.
Too busy eating cereal.
Oh, so didn't Christmas
Yeah.
start to put her...
Christmas just
She's
has
coming
these little,
up the rear, isn't
she? Has these little pertinent little conversations here and there, doesn't
She's
she?
interesting.
She's got a brain in her head, which is more than I can say for most of them.
Jessica said, I'm a little heartbroken. And Christmas goes, can I be super blunt with you? Had Cody not returned, you'd be way under the radar.
Jessica said, Cody is the only person I can count on. Did you notice something that happened?
Cody came in
Come on.
to collect his stuff in a bin bag or trash bag and moves into the have-not room. It's like Andrew, wasn't it? All over again.
Abrupt. I've just written abrupt. And I come in like pitifully picking up his bin bags. Why is everyone keeping their shit in bin bags in Big Brother?
Yeah,
And they
well,
got a suitcase.
it goes in the storeroom, doesn't it?
I know, he went and collected his stuff mournfully. Victim noises. So then Jessica come in to give Cody another tell-off. She said, I represent my family and my job as a VIP hooker by the sounds of it. Cody said, I ruined your game. That's all there is to it. And if I ruined anything outside the game, you have no idea how much I regret it. I don't think I can balance you out the way you want me to.
Oh, it's deep, isn't it?
Romantic, isn't it? We might have your Terror of the Week somewhere in there. I've put, she's too feisty for him. He needs a doormat. And he said...
That's what he likes about her, though.
Yeah, that's true, actually. And then he said, I want to say the right thing, but I'm failing hard. I just want to make you happy.
He actually got choked up.
I know.
Victim
And then
croaks.
she said again, is that how you act in the real world? And he said, at times, yes. At times.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? She said, I don't know if this is after this bit, but it's a bit which says, I didn't take you for a quitter, Cody Nixon.
Yeah.
You're not capable of giving me what I want?
What?
I don't know, she was like questioning, like...
Yeah.
Like,
I like the fact...
Man up.
I like the way she sicks it for herself. It's good.
Oh, Jessica said the money I make from this show is going on a Xanax prescription and possibly a straitjacket.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
that'd be a good investment. What is Xanax? An antidepressant?
It's a lovely little thing you get in 4 quarters and you take it and it makes you feel very, very relaxed.
It's an antidepressant, right?
It's like Valium. It's very, very nice feeling.
Too bad.
So I've been told.
That's Sarah Harding.
Hold on. Then Mark and Cody were talking again. Oh, first Elena was saying to Jessica, you got to vote Cody out. Then Mark and Cody were talking and Cody said, she's part of a social scene I'll never be a part of. I'll never be part of any social scene. That ain't me. Imagine Cody at the bar. Because he's always about to knock someone's fucking block off. That's
true.
why. Don't you think that was sad? That I felt a bit sorry for Cody that he just can't loosen up. He can't. I think he wants to be.
He found out Christmas was a pit girl.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think he wants to be. He wants the relationship with Jessica, but he knows they're from 2 different worlds, and it's not really going to
like
work
Romeo
out.
and Juliet.
It is quite. I think it's very romantic.
Didn't Romeo and Juliet end up with them both poisoned?
Well,
themselves.
Yeah, basically, they both died. In the film, there's a gun involved. And then Cody said he would jump on a grenade for Jessica in the DR. I've just put this is all just flim flam section. And then Jessica's having a go at Cody again. This is very Jessica and Cody heavy episode. She said, you got in someone's face and called him a loser, i.e. Paul.
Yeah.
Cody said, I think he is a fucking loser in life. I don't like him at all, and I will act like that every damn time.
Is that where she said to him, Cody, you live in a society with people.
Yeah.
You can't act like that. And he goes, and somehow I've got this far.
No, then he said, I don't have many friends. I'm still single and I'm barely close to my family. So you can see where that's got me.
God, he sounds a bit of a loner, doesn't he?
At least he knows himself.
True.
He's probably out in the woods, like, shooting rabbits or something. And then he said, oh, this could be your tat of the week, Gaz.
Go on.
I don't think I can ever make you happy the way you deserve to be happy. Oh, a bit long, isn't it?
Yeah. When Jessica and Elena were talking just a bit before that, Jessica they were talking about how Cody had acted, and he said he was in Paul's face screaming, and Elena said that's what I thought when Mark was in Josh's face.
Yeah.
They're both basically realising that they're people that condone domestic violence.
They're going out with absolute idiots. And embarrassing, isn't it? But it's quite good that Elena and Jessica are both like onto that fact and are like, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
This isn't what I want from a man.
Yeah, I suppose at least they've shown it now.
Yeah.
But with the whole Josh and Mark situation, don't you think that Josh deserved to have Mark in his face?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But that's what Josh wanted, though. Josh wants to push Mark to the point of pinching him,
so he gets removed?
Yeah, of course.
That's not good gameplay, is it? Or fair showmanship?
It's good gameplay. It's not fair, no. So then, Cody's still going on.
They had a makeup section, didn't they? They made up very quickly after all that drama.
He said, I want you to win this game because I can't. I'd jump on a grenade for you, said it to her then. I'd catch a grenade for you. And then he said, there's no social game to be played while I'm in this game. There is, Cody. What about the NASCAR? Just take an interest in something someone says. And he said, I can't change who I am.
Do you see a time, given what we're seeing of Christmas at the moment, where she turns on Paul and sides with Cody? That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I think Christmas kind of likes Cody.
Yeah,
even
me
though
too.
you could put her at that time. Oh, I would love it. Imagine.
I think Christmas is one to watch.
And also, Christmas was trying to get out Elena this week and not Jessica. And I think Christmas has a relationship with Jessica as well.
And she's the first person we've heard sort of start to make any mentions of like not following Paul's lead.
But the only thing I'm worried about, and all this is probably out of date now because we're a few days behind
someone else will clock her and get her out.
Yeah. No, I think Paul might clock her and get her. If Paul hears she's been whispering,
she's not in a strong physical position to win the comps and stuff. So
no, she's got to do a mind game on him.
Yeah.
So then the competition. What competition was this? Veto.
Some sort of like storm warning. This is a BB storm update.
So this was the one where it kept them up all night.
This one as well.
The tattoo one was just like true or false or something. It was like, did Dominique have a tiger tattooed on her shoulder?
Turn your box.
I didn't even write anything about that.
No.
Anyway, this was one that kept them up all night, and it was you had to remember. It was old housemates' names again, wasn't it? What is it with the obsession with the old housemates?
Yeah, BB Storm Cameron.
Yeah,
BB Storm Gillian. They had a storm.
Yeah, and then but I thought it was quite sad because Paul went to the others. Come on, let's go upstairs and study. And then Cody's like, oh, do you want to go and study up there with them? To Jessica, she's like, no. Because they went to go and memorise stuff upstairs together.
I remember, yeah. Okay, so they had VTs about these storms.
Yeah.
They had to remember the details, and then they had to do a newscast, like a weather report, filling in the blanks based on what they remembered.
Do you like those tasks where they keep them up all night? I do.
Yeah,
where they wake them up and they have to remember stuff. They literally wake them up at any hour. But some people weren't even getting up. Cody and Jessica weren't even getting... You wouldn't get up!
I find it so hard to get up. I'd be like, oh, fuck this.
Really?
You'd have to, though,
I'd get
if
up.
you want to stay.
I'd get up. How do you cope when you have to catch a plane?
I'll make an exception for that.
Okay.
I'll miss a flight.
I've got a question for you here. In your opinion, is Jessica's game bad, or has she done the right thing sticking with Cody?
She was always going to go back to Cody when he walked back in. She was. The thing is, she was like salvaging her relationships with the other housemates before he came back. But the risk, I think, for these two is they've only really got each other.
Yeah.
The only people that are on the edge are Mark and Elena. In fact, probably their only hope is that Christmas does join the dark side.
I don't know, things do change though, because if you look at the start, like Cody seemed like he was running the whole show, like you said, and that soon disintegrated. I think things can change quite quickly.
There's a lot of people for them to get through though before they make the final.
There is. It's not even a jury yet.
Even they make the final, no one on jury is going to like them.
That's true.
So
I can't believe we're not even at jury yet. So what did you think of this veto? Did you think it was fun?
It reminded me of when Dimitri's had to read the author cue and he forgot his own name.
They've done this task on BBUS before as well.
With the storm?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, they're recycling things.
They do, every year they do.
That must be boring for someone that hasn't seen it. I thought it was really fun.
It's fun, yeah.
And particularly like some of the inflatables that were going by. They had like a flying shark. There was like this like half seagull, half lobster creature. I don't think that was inflatable. That was just on the side.
So they should have put Pablo in there to distract Paul.
That duck thing.
Yeah.
They had a sea turtle. They had like a Pegasus. They had like a stingray. The stingray inflatable was amazing.
I didn't even notice that. Cody went, the weather is getting worse. Achoo. Because it said sneeze on the screen.
Yeah.
Cody Cloud.
I was going to say, did you like their names? We had
Raven Rain.
Jason Thunder, Cody Cloud, Raven Rain, and Kevin Lightning.
Crap.
Oh, and Jessica Puddle.
I wouldn't want to be that. I want to be like Tornado, not a fucking puddle.
Paul Bluster?
Was it?
Paul Bluster.
Should be like Paul Hot Air. I like the way they revealed the scores in freezing cold rain and everyone was screaming and going, just do it faster. That was hilarious. Do you remember?
They were all stood outside in a little group and
it
had
was
those
like
glasses
so
on.
windy and they were just all screaming. I love the way they just tortured them on American Big Brother.
Kevin was like, back in Boston, I don't remember real sharks going by, but a few lone sharks going by. Hey, you got my money?
I love it. That's all Kevin's good for. Jesus, it's the odd, crazy diary room.
That's true.
So Paul won that veto. Pissed, because he played it last year. Fix. Hang on.
So he goes to Jessica. Okay, time for us to chat.
And she went, I feel like I've been called to the principal's office. And he went, yeah, kinda.
What an arsehole.
What a cunt. Oh yeah, then Paul enacted the next stage of his dastardly plan, where he told Jessica
that Cody's been talking smack.
That Cody told Matt, shot of Matt, so you remember who he is, that he wanted to work with Alex and Jason to take Jess and Raven out.
And it was true.
They did a flashback.
Yeah, to day 13. Day 13, though.
That was a long time ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Jessica said she didn't know that, but she said she would make a deal with Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
But if she decides not to use the hex, there's a few things that she wants in exchange. For 2 evictions, I don't want to go on the block, not even as a pawn. And I want whoever wins HOH to take out Alex. She said in the diary room that she wants Alex's head on a stick.
Why did she hate Alex so much? Oh,
because Cody had that little thing in the early stages where he actually called her Alex by mistake in bed.
And then, but what would you say to Paul? I want to be safe for 2 evictions. Paul was only HOH this week. He's not HOH for the next 2 weeks.
But he's running the show.
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Even she believes that he's in control of the house.
And she said, you have everyone's ear. And Paul
goes, the first one I can guarantee. But he was like, She goes, I want the second one more.
Hey, put that down.
You talk to whoever you need to talk to and get back to me.
Come here. Oh, we've got a wet cat on the loose. And then Paul was in the diary room with his fingers crossed going, sure, let's make that deal.
Yeah.
What a cunt.
But then he realised that he just needed to tell Jessica that was all go.
Maybe you'll lemps it, would you? Yeah. Sorry, technical difficulties.
Involving feline
There's a wet
co-host.
pussy on the loose. Ew, his hair is everywhere. Oh, he looks cross. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he thought that he just had to kind of tell her. He basically went round and was like, look, guys, we just got to convince her of this, and she won't use the hex, and it'll be grand.
And then Jessica said in the diary room, I guess Cody might be going home on Thursday, and I've never seen anyone look less sincere when they said something in all my life.
Told to do it for storyline by Big Brother?
And then I've written, I don't believe any of this for 1 second. So then we're on to the eviction. Woo! Judy was in her pineapple dress. Eco chic.
I don't like pineapples on clothing.
Hey!
But there's a reason for that.
Why?
Because once I went to this event, which was supposed to be some sort of immersive comedy event, and these 2 female comedians that were like, they weren't even funny. Their thing was pineapples, and there were pineapples everywhere. And I would just always associate that night with that.
What is an immersive comedy event?
It's like they had like bacon ice cream and stuff. I don't even know what it was. There was a performance where someone drew a beard on someone out of like whipped cream.
That's a strip thing.
If it was stripping, it would have been more fun.
That sounds awful.
It's ruined pineapples for me.
I think I've seen a lot of pineapples on a festival recently, like in the crowd, and then I looked at what it meant.
Yeah.
And it means weed, apparently. It's like a code word for weed.
What, if you've got an inflatable pineapple, you're dealing weed?
You want weed. Yeah. So there you go.
What about 40... What was it again?
You heard that here
401?
What? What's that?
401.
What's
That's
that?
a code for weed.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Don't you?
Gaz, I don't do drugs. So then Jessica was confronting Matt. Oh yeah, Jessica called Matt away from the cereal box and made him go in that room with the apples and said, hey, I've heard this from Paul, what are you going to say about it? I've put Matt is not comfortable with getting a storyline. He went, oh, I don't really want to go there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's not relevant now. 5 weeks later, things have changed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's important anymore.
But that was the first time I ever noticed Matt had an accent, because that was the first time I'd ever heard him speak.
What accent?
He's got like a southern accent.
Southern American accent?
Yeah, like Raven.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they got some like southern bonding going on.
And I thought, oh my God, that's the first time I've ever heard him say anything. It was weird. Sorry, what were you going to say then? I forgot.
No, that was just his quote about not wanting to get involved. Well, why didn't he?
Because he was saying the same thing about Raven. He was saying he wanted to get Raven out eventually. So it wasn't just throwing Cody under the bus with that conversation. It was under the rug. It was throwing him under it too.
So that was more self-preservation, was
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, of course. That cereal ain't going to eat itself. So then Jessica went up to Cody and she went...
Oh yeah, when my mum watches this show, is she going to love you or is she going to hate you?
Cody's like, why'd you ask? Didn't didn't answer that question. Don't answer a question with a question. And then she's asked him about the map thing.
Oh yeah, you never said the sentence, we should leave Jason and Alex in the games and then take out Jess and Raven.
And he said, never. And she said...
did that.
He did, but maybe he's forgotten.
Not in those words, maybe. Perhaps he's being like... economical with the truth.
Yeah, and also she's been in the diary room saying she's going to evict him, so whatever.
Jessica says, why is your face twitching?
Yeah.
And Cody walked away saying, fuck all this.
Yeah. So then Paul was going around telling everyone to pretend
he was
about
having
the deal.
He was basically having sub-team meetings at this point.
And then he was like skulking around by the washing machine.
Skulking.
And he went, hey, I can make the deal happen, to Jessica. It's like hanging out on the street corner. And then... Jessica and Cody were having a little pity party again. She said, when you watch this back, you'll see I'm exactly the person you thought I was. And I thought at that point, there's no way she's going to evict it. I already knew there was no way she wasn't going to. And then he said, I have 1,000% loyalty in you. You're amazing on so many levels. And then they all called Jessica up to the room and everyone said, yeah, we're in on the deal. Done. It's done. 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 Done.
But hang on, Jessica and Cody had a breakup scene. Jessica and Cody had a breakup scene where she said, "I'm done," or he said, "I'm done," and she said, "Are you done with the game or done with me?" And Cody said, "You." I think.
Did he?
I think he did.
This was when he was like throwing himself on his sword, I guess, again, wasn't it?
If you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
No doubt. So yeah, they all made the fake deal with Jessica.
Oh yeah, and Paul in the diary said, "Oh, my Pablo," and I wrote, "Is that his swan?" It is his swan, isn't it?
My swan.
My swan.
I've written, "Don't mention Pablo," because we liked you back then.
Can I just ask you about Paul? Because obviously I don't have the luxury of seeing him first time around.
No.
Did you like him first time around?
I loved him.
And did you want him to win?
Yeah, I liked him from day dot. I liked him all the way through, and other people hated him because he was like a bit abrasive, but he wasn't like this.
I was going to say, how did he play last time?
He was fun. He didn't know the game at all, so he learnt it all on the fly. Like, just picked up things week by week, and everyone kind of treated him like a bit of an idiot, and he just picked it up gradually, and he had this really cool friendship with Victor, and they were just like best buddies, and it was all fun.
So he was actually likeable.
He was so likeable.
In a sense, like, you'd like to be friends with him.
Yeah, he was wicked. He had a really good personality. He was really funny. All his catchphrases were like funny, all his stop phrases. And then he called this girl Michelle a cunt, which was also funny, and she threw an apple at him and left a bruise on him, and she was crying in the diary room. Is that
why the theme of this house is apples?
Maybe, yeah. His Achilles heel. And he was just... I tweeted this week, I don't believe this is Paul. This is like his evil twin, because I can't believe it's the same Paul from last
twin
year.
Twist.
Like if you watched last year, you'd be like, what? Like he was like a controversial character last year, but he had genuine friendships with people and he was kind.
But presumably, a lot of these house guests have also watched him last series.
Yeah.
Are they not wondering why he's completely different this time around?
No, because I think they think he's the same.
Right.
I think those individual relationships, or most of them... oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, you've awakened the beast. I think those individual relationships they have with him, they think it is like a Victor-type relationship, that they do have that one-on-one friendship with him, but I think some people are starting to see through it now. But people like Alex thinks her and Paul are best buddies and they're in an alliance together.
She's a fool. But I don't really understand why they're allowing him to run this house for so long. At what point does it get
Who are the other housemates?
Everyone else. Do they not? I mean, apart from Christmas saying, okay, this is not your Paul's HOH or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone else seems to be absolutely 100% cool with the fact that Paul says jump and they say how high. Like, I don't understand.
It's like Cody said, they're all your fucking dogs, aren't they, down there?
Can't they think for themselves? Do they not?
Matt and Raven, they're just followers, aren't they? Jason's just an idiot. Kevin's just bumbling along. Josh is an idiot. Alex is an idiot. Mark's kind of an idiot. Elena's smart, but she's not really with the gang.
Do you think the problem is there's like no one in there is as cutthroat as Cody and Paul?
Yeah.
Everyone else is very much on the same sort of like middle. I don't know.
It's just
they're just like they're all just like
dumb.
on a level which can't match their gameplay, so they're all just having rings run around them.
I think they're just there for. Excuse me. God, we're both ill.
Sunbathe and eat cereal.
They're just along for the ride, aren't they? They just want to get to jury. They're not even bothered about winning. Just there for the magazine deal, aren't they? Instagram followers. They are.
Do they get anything out of it, though, in BBUSA?
They don't get magazine deal, but they get...
No, but my friend says she reads about it in that magazine, People, whatever it's called.
They get invited to clubs and shit, don't they? Like Scotty T and that.
They don't pay your bills.
I don't know.
I just don't understand.
Signing autographs like Paul Denham.
But what it seems like, this is like, we've seen this in UK Big Brother so many times when people, well, not so many times, a few times, when people go back into the house and they just trash their image. Like, people don't like Paul at the moment.
Well, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain, right?
Who says that? Is that
someone on another podcast? But it's kind of true, isn't it? Yeah. Did
he go in OTT as well?
He just went in to host a competition, right. And then he went, I don't know who any of you are. Which is quite funny. Is that cat? Mind that drink. It makes me nervous.
You're freaking out.
I know.
Got a very
flat I didn't like this. The veto meeting was in... This is how I knew as well there wasn't going to be an eviction. Because the veto meeting is normally at the end of the veto episode. But the veto meeting was in the eviction episode. And you know how I like the formulaic nature of BBUS? Freaked me out that the veto meeting was in the eviction. You didn't even notice, did you? I was like, what's going on? The veto meeting shouldn't be there. Look at that cat. Are you looking for trouble? So, Jessica and Cody had to give their speech. Jessica stood up and said... World peace.
That was it.
World
we
peace.
all know it's love, peace and harmony.
There's a Morrissey song called World Peace is None of Your Business.
Morrissey is a big cat person I found out on International Cat Day. Is that the reason you've got a cat?
No, but I love Morrissey and I love cats. It's a win-win. And then
Cody said, I have no speech.
That's a good speech, isn't it? And Paul went, well, that's shocking. And then
Judy said, sorry, that's not what Judy said. When the house is in flux, anything can happen.
That's good. And then Paul used the veto on Jason. And then Jessica said, I'm never going to be okay with people verbally attacking Cody. And then Paul was in the kitchen moaning about their speeches and he went, making a mockery of this game is really funny. They're disrespecting me and laughing in the veto meeting.
Yeah.
What is he, teacher's pet?
Respect the ceremony.
Yeah. This veto ceremony is adjourned. It was so obvious Cody wasn't going as Jessica's basically had her tongue down his throat during the whole eviction episode, didn't she? They were so close together on that couch. As if she wasn't going to use the hex, do you know what I mean?
Fully back on.
They were like limpets attached to each other. So the next bit was Jessica was hanging out some washing and then she overheard Kevin and Raven talking in some room and they were like holding up the veto or something and Jessica
just want to feel how heavy it was.
Yeah. Jessica thought there was something fishy going on.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Which there was, but there was something fishy going on.
Yeah, there was.
They were talking about her and then she went to Raven. Oh, can I have a word? And then she took Raven in that room. And and she went, oh, that conversation you were just having looks really sketchy. And then Cody got Raven in the Apple room and went...
Raven just sang like a canary.
Did she? Hold on, is that a joke?
No.
It's like a bird joke, isn't it?
The plan did go tits up there.
Cody said to Raven, why are you so against me in this game? And Raven said, the whole house is against you. And Cody said, you're your own person in this game. You can do whatever you want. And Jessica went, oh, Cody, just stop. She didn't like Cody trying to endear himself to Raven. And then Raven went back and reported back to Paul.
That was it.
Yeah, go on. Are you lost?
Yeah, but I've got it here that she went back and spoke to him.
And Paul went, do you mind if I stand up for you? Ugh.
And Paul was going to Jessica, why has chaos erupted?
Yeah.
He is like the head teacher.
Yeah.
And Jessica accused Paul of playing a psychological game, apparently.
Oh, yeah. And then Jessica said, well, I am going to use the temptation. And Paul said, now is time to bring the chaos.
Game on, bitches.
So this was the whole bit that's caused a bit of a hoo-ha, I think. Which was, basically, Paul basically told...
yeah. Basically, it was like when...
We've just said basically like 12 times in 2 seconds.
It reminded me of when Woody in Toy Story was making all the toys like gang up on the neighbour next door.
I don't know that. Right.
You know, because like the neighbour next door, he mutilates the toys, and they don't know. He doesn't know toys can come to life, and they got on this plan where they're gonna like scare the shit out of him to stop him doing it.
Okay.
He was like that. He's like, hey Josh, turn it up to 30. Pots, everything.
And then he said, then Josh said, he said, guess what time it is? Circus time. I'm going to have a little fun with Cody. Da, 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 da.
So Cody can't talk because he has a muzzle on.
Oh, yeah. Jessica and Cody were in that apples room, and then they started throwing apples at Josh.
Oh, yeah, like, get out.
It's just quite funny. So then Alex started shouting at Jessica, didn't she?
Because her ears were stolen.
Yeah, but it was Raven who stole those ears. I heard about it on another podcast.
She did blame Jessica blamed Raven.
Yeah.
So it was
Raven
true.
denied it. Raven said, I didn't do it.
I thought it was very catty.
Another... No. Ding! Another thing Raven's
That's her
lying about.
personal catty. Her personal belongings.
Not like those ducklings.
Exactly. Ducklings are communal.
Someone sent me something about Andrew from Big Brother.
Does he share the money with Sam?
No. Oh, we'll do that on the BB UK podcast, actually. CBB. So then I put Raven sounds drunk. And Matt looks awkward. Oh yeah, Matt was sitting at the counter just trying to eat his cereal while Raven was shouting at Jessica.
That's what's the quiet life.
And then Raven went, until you threw my name under the bus, bitch. And then she said, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, bitch. I was like, oh, shut up. So then Paul goes, let's go. Josh, go out there with the pots and pans.
Yeah, he's supposed to direct in the scene.
Yeah, let's keep this party going. Alex, we have more questions for Jessica and Cody. And then Josh, have you got what Josh said? Come on, you're good at Josh.
No, I haven't.
Josh said, your personality sucks.
Your personality sucks.
This one here.
You grown baby. little man syndrome. I have got little man syndrome, but I didn't know where it came
Cody
from.
Little?
See,
it doesn't seem little
probably compared
to
to Josh. Josh is kind of big.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, big doofus. And then Paul went, all my dogs are barking. And then Raven went, woof,
woof, woof, fucking woof.
That's not a good look. That would be made into a gift before you know it. And then Matt, poor old Matt.
He said, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is not our finest hour.
He said,
at least someone knows.
He said, this is a disaster for everyone.
And Mark said, this is harassment and it's bullying.
Do you think that Matt is regretting hitching his apple wagon to Raven's rotten ride?
Probably by now. Well, he will do when he finds out what the world's been saying about her.
Live feeders, can you let me know what the situation is with Matt and Raven? Not anything spoilery, but just about their relationship.
Do they have any chat between them?
Do they have sex? Does he really like her? Is he fed up with her? I heard she just goes on about her illness all the time on live feed.
Well, of course, she's got a fucking GoFundMe page to fund.
But to go fund. And then even Christmas was joining in the abuse. She said
wasn't.
The bullying of Cody. Poor Cody.
Cody.
She went, I hope you're worth 500k to Jessica. This is a very expensive date. Shut up, Christmas. A bit beneath you doing all that.
Look, we've seen Chanel pay £400 for a night in that room with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So.
But then did you see that there was some extended clips from this argument?
Cut.
Did you see what I tweeted one? Raven was going to Jessica, you told me Cody had a big dick. She's like, you think he's got a big dick? And Jessica and Cody were like, is that an insult? And Cody's like, I'm quite pleased with that. And Jessica's like, yeah, that's a good thing. So Raven was using Cody having a big dick against them.
That's not a bad thing.
I know. And then everyone on Twitter was like, oh, Matt's obviously got a little one. I want to see the full...
So now the argument is my showmance's dick is bigger than yours.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's smaller than yours is the argument. Oh my God.
I don't understand the logic. Why would you ever bring that into it?
Has anyone got an extended cut of that whole argument? Because I'd like to see it. Can
cut.
Yeah.
This follows on from the circumcision debate we had on the last BBK pod.
Can you tweet that to me at VM, please? I'll forward it to Gaz.
Do you know what?
What?
This is a bit of a digression. But while we're on the subject of cocks, Rowan said, and when she listened to the last CBB podcast, that she was happy that we were confronting hot topics like circumcision.
Oh.
And I was like, I didn't even realise circumcision was a hot topic now.
I think it is
but
in America.
In America it is because, you know, it's like commonplace and stuff. Now, I did a bit of research into why circumcision has become commonplace in America, because I think we might have touched upon it and we didn't know why, right? Obviously, it's an old religious thing from the past. But the fact is that surgeons are making a lot of money out of circumcision operations in the US, and therefore it's being perpetuated because they say, oh, yeah, you should really get it done because it's
hygienic.
It stops the risk of something where you're like, when it's too tight and you have a problem with your penis. I don't know what it's called.
Even if you have that,
hardly anyone has that.
And you can have it loosened. You can. I know someone who had that done.
Okay. And also, there's data to say that it prevents HIV.
You're born with skin on your dick. Just keep it there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that data that says that it does prevent spread of HIV comes from like Africa and stuff, like where I don't know, it just wasn't relevant to a US market.
Oh, okay.
The study wasn't applicable to US society. But it's all about money and it's all about surgeons.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Meanwhile, men are losing their sensitivity in their penises. It's very, very sad.
And because I started to tweet about circumcision off the back of that, someone put like a not a meme, but like a sort of one of those shocking things in front of me on my timeline, which was like a baby that going through the operation and blood everywhere. I was like, look, I get that your message is right, but the shock tactics are just a little bit much for me right now.
I can't. Oh, it's like when people put animal cruelty things on Twitter and stuff.
It's funny, like
please don't post
the
that.
the buzzwords that you can like attract things through, like circumcision was one of them. Flat world was one of them. And when we tweeted about flat world, we have flat worlders on us.
Yeah, that's true. There's a few others as well. So then Cody and Jessica were sat on the hammock, and Cody went, "Now I'm excited for you to use the hex." So then we were on the non-eviction. Jessica was wearing cat ears. Now, were they Alex's cat ears, or you said her hair was messed up?
Oh, yeah, she had a little hat quiff. Hat quiff? Cat quiff.
No, that don't work.
Wait, what? Are we on the next episode already?
No, we're still on the eviction.
Fucking hell.
Have you got what the halting hex thing said?
Is this the one we watched today?
No.
Oh, I just realised something, though.
What?
No, we'll talk about it next, actually. It's okay.
Have you
the halting hex?
Yeah, have you got what he said? Because I couldn't be bothered to write it down at all.
I was like, I should, but...
Oh, Daz.
It's too much. Apart from, he did say...
I've got the first and last line.
Is it the gravest place is on the block?
The bravest position is on the block.
Gravest place is on the block.
Oh.
Bravest position.
What else have you got?
Halting hex rise. Eviction night
I've got,
dies.
On eviction night, there will be no exit. But yeah, this is what you were saying earlier.
The United Kingdom has voted for Brexit.
Why the fuck did Jessica not say... I thought she had to stand up and say...
Halting hex rise, eviction night dies. Halting hex rise, eviction night dies. Halting hex rise, eviction night dies.
I can't believe Towie didn't run off when we did that.
She was supposed to say it 3 times. It was clearly stated in the Day of Temptation. Rewind the tape.
The hex is cancelled. So then
no sparkles,
all
no medallions.
All the lights were like flashing off and on, weren't they? And did you see Paul's face? He was like pretending to look all happy, like he was like...
Was he?
Not happy, but you know, like excited.
Unfazed.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, shut up, bitch. So then I've put Paul was grinning throughout, like the twat he is. And then Kevin went, oh, those lights were pretty cool. So then the eviction was cancelled. And then they did the
Restraining order cancelled. Remember that?
No, what's that?
Heidi and Spencer. Big Brother tried to give them a restraining order. Cancel.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't do it. So then the HOH competition was Gravestone Golf.
Yeah, because this marked the beginning of, which makes sense now, I see it, Big Brother Horror Week.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why
Is it Big Brother Horror
that
Week?
Scary Dark task was horror-like, because it's Horror Week.
Is it Horror Week?
Yeah, it's like
I never knew
Armageddon
that.
Week or whatever.
I never knew. Who said it was Horror Week?
Julie.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, that explains her clothes. Oh, hold on, that's every week. Now, did you know with these tasks where they do like golf or whatever, or running, I've told this for it, where rolling a ball along, they get a practice little kit the night before.
That's not right.
Yeah, they don't do the whole thing, but they get a little practice, little training wheels.
That's stupid.
They do. Why? Yeah, well, Julie don't want to stand there all night. It's a live show.
Right,
Could you
that's
please
true.
hurry up?
Yeah.
Move along, Christmas.
That wasn't fair. Some people got loads of time. She was hurrying other people along.
Yeah.
I was actually really cheering for Christmas at that point when
Why?
she was leading, because I thought if there's one she can get in her condition, it's this one.
Do you think it's mean to make Christmas hit
Bat with a leg, yeah. It is mean to make her bat with a leg.
I'm sure
Tee
we're
off,
not the,
tee off with a leg.
I'm sure we're not the first people to say that.
But that zombie leg looks a little bit like a vacuum cleaner, didn't it?
It probably was.
Like a Hoover.
With a bit of paper mache on it. Cheap.
Someone's old Dyson.
And then it looked like either Cody or Jessica was going to win. And then fucking Josh won.
Well, Christmas and Cody were tying for a bit.
It's just so random, that competition, isn't it? Everyone kept hitting it right at the edge in the two.
They were trying to rebound off the wall, some of them. But Josh was good. He went right through the middle of all the gravestones, straight down the line. It's more fun, though.
Having Josh HOA?
Yeah, like...
Oh, he's so annoying. I can't cope with it. I can't cope with his egomania.
But it is fun. Like, this has given rise to Christmas going, hey, this isn't Paul's game.
Halting
like...
Hex, right.
Christmas.
True. Actually, it's not been as bad as I thought it was going to be so far, because I thought it was just going to be anti-Jessica and Cody all over again. But Josh is just so annoying. Do you think some people actually think Josh is quite comedy? Is Josh comedy? And I suppose he is in a way, isn't he?
Well, you tell me, compared to other BBUS people, is he a good comedy character? Is he the best you've ever seen?
No. I just find him irritating, but maybe...
I think he's more irritating than entertaining.
It's better that he stayed than Ramsey's, though, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ramsey's is dull.
So now we're on to the episode we just saw. Thank fuck. So Josh said Josh said it's been an uphill battle for me since day one. Only because you've been acting like the goat since day one, bitch. Fucking going after that golden apple and shouting at Megan and everything, hasn't he?
Who went off that golden apple?
Josh.
Oh yeah, that first thing.
Because I know I'm in danger.
He wasn't in danger.
Because I'm an alpha male.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, mate. Have you noticed? You haven't, I don't think. Cody keeps cricking his neck like one of them dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Keeps going. Quite intimidating, you know.
Raptor.
Like the Terminator. So then Paul said to Cody and Jessica, "Guess who doesn't have safety anymore?" And then they showed a flashback of Josh and Mark making up 5 days previously.
Yeah, on day 39.
On Big Brother.
Josh and Mark are having their ceasefire. And Josh said, I don't want to provoke you to the point that you want to hit me. Well, I should think not. I realised that it's already day 44.
Day 44.
Our last Big Brother ended on day 54.
Wow.
That is like mad. It's already done, isn't it?
The cat is just staring at Gaz for no apparent reason. So then we had this quite fun scene where Alex
What fun scene.
put her foot in it with Mark.
Oh shit, yeah, Mark was sat there on the bed. I mean, Mark is a lump of a man.
I know,
How
he
can
was
you not...
right next to her.
Yeah. What did she say? Mark and Elena are mad.
Yeah, so she runs in the room. Josh was going,
But what she meant was sad.
hello. So Josh goes, I'm about to go on the biggest power trip. And then Josh went, Julie said meatball. And then Alex ran in and she went, Elena and Mark are mad. And then Josh went, Mark's right there. And then she was like, oh.
No, but you look sad.
Yeah, that meant you're sad. And then she took him in another room, and I think she took a leaf out of Paul's book here, didn't she? Because she managed to
Mind trickery.
turn it round on him, which was quite impressive, I thought. And she went, yeah, you've been flip-flopping. You need to sort your game out. You need to stop speaking to Jessica
And he went,
Cody.
yeah, I have.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I agree.
Well, Jessica in the diary before it said, how many days did it take for you to evict us?
Yeah, a lot. Hell a lot. So Josh has 4 huge targets. And then Paul said, we know who we want out. Jessica and Cody. And then Christmas in the diary room said, this is Josh's HOH, not Paul's. And we were like, yeah. So then Josh was talking to Elena in the storeroom, and he was basically annoyed that she voted him out and not Ramsay's. Right.
Yeah, don't mind me taking my clothes off. It's fine.
Then I've put Paul.
The whole house was telling me to vote you out.
Yeah.
But they were having discussions I wasn't privy to vote out Ramses. Ramses.
It's quite late now and I'm a bit tired, so sorry if the quality of this podcast has dropped off. Plus Gaz is ill and I've got a sore throat. Apart from that, Paul was
Top of the world.
Paul was lying like an emperor in the HOH bed, even though he's not HOH. And Josh went, oh, I want Elena out. And Paul was like, I disagree with that, but it's like, just shut the fuck up, Paul. It's not your HOH.
So now Christmas is like, I love Paul, but don't do everything he says. One blink for yes. What?
What was that all about? Why did he just wink? Was that a yes or a half yes?
I don't know. He raised an eyebrow, I thought.
He winked, I think. Was Paul in the other room? Why did he have to do one blink?
Where were they at this point? Still in the HOH
Yeah.
room? Maybe Paul was like behind that fish tank or in the toilet, I don't know.
One blink. Yeah. You don't have to do Morse code in there. It's weird, isn't it? I like that. Well, I was worried that...
Go.
What?
No, because
I was worried that Josh was going to grass Christmas up to Paul.
There is a risk of that, I think. Although Josh is already sensing that he wants to go against Paul a little bit because he wants to target Elena.
And he did say it's my HOH and I'll do what I bloody well like with it.
Plus, Paul is clearly treating Josh like shit because Josh comes in with the drink for Paul and Paul orders him to put the drink down.
Put it down, please.
He didn't even say please, did he?
I put please, but
I don't think
it was rude the way he said it.
He's like his little servant.
Yeah.
His little bitch boy.
You treat these people like dogs. Yeah, you do. Josh then told Christmas he wants Elena out because she's a great liar. And then...
Oh, yeah.
But he said Elena...
Very persuasive.
Yeah. But then he said Elena and Paul are very close. And Christmas said they're like this and did the fingers crossed symbol.
Elena and Paul?
Yeah, Christmas said Elena and Paul are like this.
Are they, though? That close?
I don't know. I've not seen them like that. And then Christmas said, say to him, dude, let me enjoy my HOH and be stingy. Paul thinks it's his room already.
He does. You see, he does.
I loved hearing her say that. It was wonderful.
He's lounging in that bed like he owns the place.
Fucking arsehole.
So next, the Den of Temptation opened again.
My
and we got to
God.
see the riveting section where will they or won't they drink from the green or red bottle.
God, they got to get rid of that section, man. Seriously.
Everyone, when that thing went off, everyone was like so wide-eyed, like they'd never heard about it before.
Yeah.
And they told to like play up for it or something.
The only interesting thing about them drinking those drinks was Cody giving a thumbs up, and then Christmas was the only one who didn't drink it. That was it. It wasn't worth showing.
Why Christmas didn't do it?
Because she can't get around. You can't be in with all them ghouls and
On your
ghosties
crutches.
on your crutches. Health and safety issue.
So they said your big brother life could be on the line. And Cody was like, we might as well play. What is there to lose?
Yeah, correct.
So, but Jessica said if one of us can win safety and one of us can win veto, we can survive another week.
That's really clever.
This confused me for a bit, didn't it?
It confused me at first, but when I worked it out, Jessica is actually smart, very smart, because that's like a really good way. Because the fact that she lost meant she could play in the veto. Otherwise, there's a chance she might not have even been picked for veto.
I was a bit confused at first because when it's been a special third nominee before, they weren't allowed to play in the veto, were they?
Yeah, they were allowed to play in the veto. But
when Ramses was a special third, he wasn't allowed to play, was he?
He did play because it was that one when the airport.
But he couldn't be replaced.
You couldn't be replaced, yeah.
Yeah,
so
he only played real hard. That might have been why he went home, you know.
Yeah, it could be. So the fact that she thought that far ahead, because most people aren't thinking more than like one step ahead.
No.
She's thinking 2 steps ahead, which is good. So let's talk about this task. So they called this task
Strangest Thing.
Is that a copyright issue? Or?
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Well, what channel is Stranger Things on?
Netflix channel.
Only Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh. Because, what's his name? Will Huser was also taking a piss out of Stranger Things on one of his BB19 saga videos. But because I don't know it, it was lost on me.
But Stranger Things isn't like this. It's not all creepy like this. It's like sci-fi. So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway. So, what did you think of this task? It was quite mad, wasn't it?
I thought it was quite elaborate, wasn't it? It reminded me of like a haunted house that I'd been to in like Thailand where people were really in the room.
Yeah, I don't like those ones. It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like on the ghost train when they reach out and touch you. It's like, oh, that's sexual assault.
I would never go to one of those like horror experiences that they've got in London. Some of them, that like London Bridge one looks terrifying.
Yeah, it's quite scary. And
Nikki Graham was doing that on that in therapy show.
And Nikki Graham did a task like this on I know Nikki Graham when they're in that like rehab thing with Stephanie Davis or whatever, and it was all horror. Nikki Graham apparently came out that window. You know, that girl who banged on the window. But I feel like they did a task like this once before on BBS as well, like a spooky task like this. But this was really scary. And imagine going back to sleep in your bed after that, seeing.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, we've had similar tasks in BBUK where people had to stay in beds in a dark room.
Oh, have shit dropped on them and stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure Letitia was in that one too.
Maybe,
they had to stay there overnight. It was like some sort of ward as well.
Oh,
but
like
I think they've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But like for this was the whole house.
And do you remember Helen Wood had to go in like a mortuary and it was really cold in there? Do you remember that? No. And everyone's going,
yeah, fucking stayed in there.
Yeah, everyone's going, I wish she was dead.
But I thought to do the whole house in the dark,
so long,
dress it up,
yeah,
send everyone through it, have those actors in there, put on the fucking what's it called when you put someone's face makeup on? Not pyrotechnics. That's
not CGI.
Something else.
Oh,
sort of technical term for like film makeup.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, prosthetics.
Prosthetics.
Oh my god.
Yes, well done.
Still got
Put
it.
the prosthetics on.
And also, every cunt chose to play in that competition, so it must have took literally all day.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was quite easy, wasn't it? To spell out the
so,
word.
Yeah, what is it? Around the house, there's like these words spelt out on like the mirrors or whatever. It says, "Help me close the portal." But certain
Watch
letters
your back.
had a circle around them and spelt out heart. Mm-hmm. So they had to find the heart and put it in that box. Now, I don't know if I wasn't listening when the task was explained, but
no,
I didn't know they had to put something in a box.
I tell you what the problem was. Jason read out the rules to that competition and he can't read.
Ah, okay.
Should have got Paul to do it for a change. Do you think the ghosts outside contact?
Definitely.
Some of those ghosts are quite scary.
That one with the poncho on was scaring everyone because his poncho was like rushing on people.
And that one, the little one, like a little child with a big face. That
in the living room.
That was horrible.
I didn't like that one that was on the bed, like lying there, casually like lying there, just like get up when you came in the room.
That freaked me out, man. I don't like it. So some people were more scared than others. Elena was like, "Don't touch me," and then she was like, "No, thank you."
Elena tells people to get away from it or don't touch me quite a lot.
I know.
I've heard her say that quite a few times.
And then Raven's like, "This is the task I've been waiting for because I'm a professional ghost hunter."
Yeah.
She should team up with old Derek Okora from our series. They get on like a house on fire.
Might make contact with Malcolm.
And then Matt was just being unbothered by it all. Just waiting for his next, you know what. And then
how did Cody cope with it? I've forgotten. Was he
went
alright?
through it really quick. And Jessica said she was very scared and I'm going to poop.
What about that, like, they'd installed one of those, like, rubber screens where people put their face through it, hadn't they? In one part.
Oh, yeah, like putting hands through sort of thing. That
I'm
was
doing
good.
this, but no one can see that on the podcast.
Thank God. I didn't mean that how it sounded. Although I said, do I look like the sort of person who eats a kebab earlier to you? And you looked at me as if I did.
Yeah.
Then what? Oh, Kevin...
Jessica said, "I'm going to poop."
I've already just said that.
Did you?
Then Kevin was joking with the ghost and going, "Hey, I've seen worse in my neighbourhood," and all this shit.
He was a little bit scared by them, though.
I thought so.
Especially that poncho one.
Paul seemed scared as well, didn't he?
Paul didn't know what he was doing at first.
Boy.
He was floundering.
Idiot. Knobhead. Night shift mode has come on our podcast. Now I can't read my notes. Podcast? iPad.
We were going like, why would Jessica throw it? She's going to be on the
Yeah,
floor.
I know. We're stupid, aren't we? I think we are a bit stupid sometimes, aren't we? And Alex ran around with her fingers in her ears. I'm not sure why. So then they revealed all the scores in a long, arduous way as normal. And first place was Cody. So Cody is safe for the week.
Paul must be mad at that.
Paul was mad, and Paul was just behind him as well.
Sad.
34. And then Jessica was last, and then the others like, oh, she threw it so she could play in the veto. And then Paul in the diary room was like, how does this keep happening? Because Cody's a good player. You should have got him out while you can. Oh, you did. And then he came back. So then...
By the way, I've got no notes because I was eating food, remember?
Oh, yeah. I was too, but then I went back. Dedicated.
Yeah, but I was still eating food.
So then Paul said to Josh, he was still trying to strong-arm his nominations, and he went, there's an order of operations that we need to carry out.
Yeah, Paul's mandate.
Yeah. I've put, everyone seems to be getting tired of Paul's BS. And then Paul, he didn't actually offer himself up as a pawn.
He said to pretend that he'd offered himself as a pawn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, to Josh. Then Elena comes up in double denim.
That's not right, though, because he's just getting himself out, like,
I know.
enhancing his own
Look
image.
good, yeah.
Why would Josh do it?
Josh is a meatball, that's why.
Your meatball.
Mr.
Your personality sucks.
Yeah. When Josh gets evicted, they should just play that.
They should just use a Big Brother Canada sideshow theme.
Yeah. So then Elena said, Josh goes to Elena, I'm putting you up because you're a strong competitor. And she's like, don't bullshit me. You ain't putting me up because I'm a strong competitor.
What did she say again?
She said...
we aren't even.
Yeah. She said, no, Josh was like, on my father's life. And she went, we are not.
Oh, we are not.
We are not.
I like that.
And then... Elena was like, look, Paul is a better competitor than me, and so is Alex, so don't bullshit me saying I'm the best competitor. I'm saying that funny.
Competitor.
And then Elena said, is this your HOH or is this Paul's HOH? Well, then Josh in the diary room, Gaz, said Elena is spazzing out.
That is not okay. Now, I don't know about you, America, but we don't say that anymore. That's not PC.
It's not PC, it's just not nice. Well, and it's not PC, but I hate that because that sounds like a cunty thing to say. Do you know what I mean? It's unacceptable and inappropriate is what it is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And you're not allowed to say retarded either, so stop that and all. Stop that. If people do say spazzing or retarded or
I feel like...
I get shocked. What?
I feel like retarded might be something that we had possibly said on the podcast. Are you quite anti that word?
I never said that.
Have you not?
I might have said it off the podcast. I haven't said it on the podcast. Uh-oh.
I thought, yeah, okay.
No, I don't say that word. And I'm offended by people who do say it, so stop it. Although I do understand sometimes you do accidentally say these things but you don't really mean it.
Cheryl Cole.
What did she say?
You black bitch.
I was talking to my friend at work saying we addressed that issue on the podcast. She's like, good, never forget. That's what
Never
she said.
ever forget.
Never forget. Anyway, let's get on with this. And then Josh said, Elena's thrown her closest friend Paul under the rug. Now, what's going on under that rug?
Closest friend as well, for a start.
Surely Matt would be her closest friend.
Elena?
Yeah, well,
Matt.
it's her boyfriend.
Mark.
Not Matt. Oh, whatever. The one with his mouth hanging open. Not
under
the one
the
eating
rug.
cereal. Yeah,
Imagine
under the
being
rug.
thrown under the rug.
Oof, what's under that rug?
You probably then
Dust.
get rolled down a hill in it as well.
We'll start using that from now on now. And then...
Do you think he did that on purpose for a laugh?
No, he looked like he meant it. And then I noticed during this conversation with Elena and Josh, Paul was stood there, one leg up on a stool.
Oh, yeah. You said, what's that all about? I said he's crotch bearing.
Yeah, cocking his leg.
He stood up.
Stood up with one leg up.
That's a power display.
Yeah, idiot. So then Josh went, you're going up as a pawn, but do you want to hug it out? And Elena said, no, don't touch me.
Oh, that was Josh.
Yeah.
He sounded like Paul, so I got confused for a minute.
Who did Elena want to hug more, Josh or those ghoulies in that task?
Oh, neither, I don't think.
No. So then Josh did his nominations. He couldn't put up Cody because he was safe. And Jessica was already up because she lost that competition.
Special third nomination.
Yeah. So he said, Mark, you've been trying to be part of the familia. Familia. But in my eyes, you'll always be a meatball. And then he said, Elena, I'm not actually targeting you. I'm targeting Jess. Which was stupid because he's like burning his bridge with Jess when then in the diary room he said, I am actually targeting Elena. Makes no sense, does it?
But.
Wait,
what did he say publicly? He's targeting Jess.
Yeah.
That pleases Paul.
Yeah.
So publicly to Paul, that looks better.
Oh, okay. And then he's going to do a 180 on him.
Yeah.
And then Jessica said, oh, I forgot this was the Josh show.
He went something like, it is, baby.
Yeah.
And did this like really weird little...
Another little wink, wasn't it?
Feminine smile.
Little leering wink. Hey, don't use feminine in a negative context. That's sexist. So that's the end of that.
Whatever.
Sure. So that's the end of that programme, that podcast. Do you want to hear some feedback?
Good night. Have we got any?
Yeah,
got some.
I've got some. Hold on. Okay. From Ryan David Corman on Facebook.
He likes to write a long note, doesn't he?
I'm glad you've started manning that page as well, because I'm struggling. He's quite an insane sort of a fella. I like him. He says, this is quite old news, here his message, but I didn't read it out before. He says, oh my God, I don't know who I hate more, Paul or Josh. Paul needs to go. A rookie move would be backdooring Paul and making yourself a legend. That wouldn't be a rookie move, that would be like a power move. Who is gayer? Paul in his closet hiding under that fur and beard, or Josh for trying to come off as a man but acting like a crybaby bitch?
Josh
Hold
every
on.
time.
Is that offensive? Or is that okay?
If you're Josh, yeah. Probably.
Then there's a bit about... By the way, are you Gaz or Lindsay? Love you both either way. By the way...
Yeah, he wanted to get to me because he said that I was cute.
I think he liked you, yeah. He seemed happier when you were replying to the messages than me. Rude.
Well.
And then he says, by the way, doesn't Elena strongly resemble Brandy Glanville? Too much blusher?
Not at all.
I don't think so. Well, they both look plasticky, but...
That shit cray. She's not like her.
Oh, then he says, this is about CBB. Hold on.
It's funny because I've got a picture of Brandy Glanville covered in champagne right here on my screen.
You should send that to Ryan. Hold on. Then I got a little bit off live feed. This is ancient live feed. Do you like this? Kevin said, this is good though. Who's the lead singer of the Foo Fighters? And Paul went, Dave Grohl. And Kevin went, what's he doing? And Paul went, who? Dave Grohl? And Kevin went, no, fuck Dave Grohl. That's just made me laugh. And then Kevin went, do we get any movies or anything in here? And Paul went, no, but you can read my HOH letter over and over again if you like. And Kevin went, is it the same one you got last year? Like they'd only ever written in one letter. I like that.
Talking about Foo Fighters, that's weird.
I don't know, but I just like the way he said fuck Dave Grohl because I hate Dave Grohl.
Are Foo Fighters British?
No.
American?
This is the drummer from Nirvana, you dick. God, you don't know anything.
I don't when it comes to music, let's be real.
So then Laurie emailed us about her Twitter handle being Tour Easy Lover, and it's because she used to ride this bicycle, and it's apparently...
What?
That's Laurie. That's Laurie.
The recumbent bicycle.
That's Laurie in a mad bicycle.
That's really her?
Yeah. It's back in the day. This don't really work. This doesn't really work on a podcast, but believe me, it's good.
What is that bubble
Don't
thing?
know, it looks good, doesn't it?
It looks like that thing out of Jurassic World.
On the cover of a cycling book.
Wow,
it's like
Laurie.
She's in a pod.
You could do our Celebrity Big Brother off the back of that.
I like that. Thanks for that, Laurie. And I've got... So this is all CBB. CBB seems to be getting more feedback than BB US at the moment. Oh yeah, then there's a bit about the gifts and the blackface, which I already covered. And then that's about UK as well from Connor. It's all UK. No one cares about BB19.
UK's the true
People don't care about BB19 because we do it so late. Everyone's like moved on. Like Veto's already been played by now. Do you know what I mean? People listen to this.
I can't believe that.
How Malcolm's in the house. The lights flickered.
I can't believe. So
they play Veto on a Saturday. And then the Veto episode's not shown until the Wednesday. So spoilers are out there for essentially 5 days.
We saw that video of Elena being fed lines in the diary room. Now,
thanks, Joseph.
I said that let's be honest. We know that they commentate the show, and that is always going to be scripted to a point.
Yeah.
Because they need to get the lines to make the show, and
of course.
that is not a shock.
No.
It's a fuck up to let it out publicly, but it's not a shock to anyone.
No,
Everyone knows that happens.
Yeah.
But you watched that clip probably like a week ago now, like ages ago,
and she was saying about being
found
nominated.
out that Elena was nominated. Yeah. And I said to you tonight, like, we could only have watched that yesterday at the earliest to not have been spoilerized from that clip.
So the spoilers
are
long.
It's mad how like behind we are in real time.
We're behind. Even when we're not behind, which we are in watching the show, we're always a week behind. But now I've got like 3 weeks of Big Brother podcast to listen to, which I'm really looking forward to, because I don't listen to them until we've done our thing, because I don't want to be influenced. Even though we probably do make the same fucking jokes as everyone else, these are actually jokes out of our own brain, because we don't listen to stuff that's up to date, aren't they?
I don't know if we do, though.
What?
Because we're British, maybe we've got a different perspective on things. Perhaps
no,
but
I don't want people to think we're plagiarising people, because we ain't.
No.
We're just late with the jokes, but we still thought of them, so not that it's even that funny.
So I was having a conversation with, I think his real name is James, who's at BB Team North, who does Judy Girl Pod.
Oh yeah, cool.
And because obviously I haven't watched BB US before, and I had a discussion with him about Paul and how he'd felt last time as well.
Oh yeah.
So he said, I dealt with Paul last season and I wanted him to win, but only because he was against another returnee who I hated. We were talking about returnees
Nicole
always coming back. Don't know, you tell me.
Dave Long was in that year too.
As a returnee?
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good series to watch then, for someone who's coming into it new.
She didn't last that long.
He said, but Paul's been so overtly aggressive this season, and it makes me sad because this is actually one of the greatest casts they've ever put together. We were talking about the fact they keep putting in these oldies when they should just let a cast fly by itself.
Yeah,
but adding in Paul threw off the dynamic severely.
It did.
And I do respect that he's been able to make these grown people basically mould to what he wants.
True.
It's impressive, but it hurts me knowing how close we were to a pure season. And the Paul versus Cody thing has been hilarious, but I want Cody to beat Paul for selfish reasons.
Yeah. Oh, he wants a pure game.
Yeah.
I want a pure game too.
But
also, want no outside contact, live feed.
No ghouls.
You ain't gonna get it. You don't want the Den of Temptation either, no doubt. But that's what you.
I like
get.
that Den of Temptation.
Yeah.
So I also asked him about. I mentioned OTT because he was saying how great, because he watches BB UK too.
Yeah.
And what I'm finding.
Does he podcast UK?
No.
Oh,
in
you
the
should
US.
tell him to.
Yeah, you should do the podcast for UK too. But what I'm hearing from Americans quite a lot is that they came into watching BB UK when Farrah Abraham did Celebrity Big Brother.
Didn't Kwame say that?
Yeah, Kwame as well. Like I'm hearing it quite a few times. That's what brought people to UK Big Brother.
Mad.
And then they found that it was like more of a sort of less manipulated version of Big Brother than theirs, and they were like, "Oh, what is this? Interesting
that's
concept."
Cool.
So that's what he liked about OTT, that you got to watch everything live, and that it was more like voting based, and the comps were live.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, it's kind of sad that it's not going to happen again. But he's heard that it is going to happen in January.
Oh, in January, is it? Oh, I thought it was happening straight after. Why did you think it wasn't happening again?
Because I thought you told me otherwise.
Oh,
at one point.
I thought it was happening again in January. Oh, well, that's annoying because that's going to clash with bloody CVB again. We get no fucking rest. I thought it was going to be on straight after.
I was like, I just want to rest.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be on straight after. Mind you, so we'll get a rest from, let's say BB US ends in, late August, I guess, maybe. We'll get September, October, November, December off. That's when we're going to do our rewatch of all the BB UK. No, first and last episode. No, we are doing that.
When do you think Celebrity Big Brother will be over? Our Big Brother?
We'll be over.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
so
3 weeks.
What will be over first? CBB or this?
CBB. Yeah.
Jeez.
And BB19 will be going on till late August, early September, I'd imagine.
September, October, November, December.
Yeah, so we get 4 months off. That's when we're going to...
Imagine that.
That's when we're going to go hard style on the rewatch.
I'm going to be hibernating.
All right, if anyone wants to rewatch those old BB UKs for me, just give me a shout. No, not really. But, you'll love rewatching those. You'll be in your element.
I rewatch old episodes occasionally.
Look,
anyway.
We'll have a month off, then we'll do the time capsule.
Okay.
Guns ahead.
But yeah, James had said that going into OTT last time, straight after BB18, was really stressful.
It was stressful. Relax, James. Why was it stressful?
But he said, but it was cool because it gave me something to take my mind off the election.
And also, OTT was only on for an hour a week. Well, if you watched the main show, it was an hour a week. So it wasn't that bloody stressful. He was tuning into
the live feeds.
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel your pain because normally once our summer Big Brother finishes, we get 3 days and then we're on Celebrity Big Brother again.
Yeah, that's true.
This time we got 4 days.
I know what will take your mind off an election.
What?
A nuclear war. On that note, thanks very much.
Wrap it up.
Thanks very much for listening. Sorry, we're a bit tired. It's 12:15 on a weeknight, and I've got my appraisal at work tomorrow. So God help me. Follow me on Twitter, PM.
Follow me on Twitter, BB_superfan.
Follow our official account, BB on Blast, on Twitter, and follow our Facebook page, BB on Blast.
And if you message us on that, you might get a reply from me now.
Ooh, get you. And
what about our email address?
bbonblastpod@gmail.com. We're looking into getting a website. That might be nice. Don't know when we're going to do that.
We talked about it about 3 weeks ago, but
no, we're going to do that.
If anyone knows how to make websites and wants to do that for us, free of charge, hit us up.
Thanks very much.
You can put it on your CV.
Yeah, wicked. And we'll be doing our next CBB pod, I don't know, sometime on the weekend maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we've got an eviction coming up on Friday.
Is there another eviction on Friday?
It must be. You've got to get them out of there.
Yeah, get them out.
Get
someone out. Get someone out.
So yeah, I guess this weekend.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. We love you. Send us some feedback. Have a nice week.
Oh, you want to do a code word?
Oh shit! Oh, I'm glad you remembered. That's good. What's the code word? Have you got it?
No. God, us thinking about fucking code words is painful.
What happened?
What's happened in the temptation in the
Meatballs,
graveyard?
Tutus, pots and pans, graveyard. What else? Speaks. Ghoulies.
Scariest thing. It's not scariest thing.
Pineapples. No, oh no, you don't like pineapples. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Cringing and hiding at not having a code word.
Oh no, that's okay.
Cat ears.
Cat ears. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's do cat ears.
Cat ears.
Code word cat ears for all you people who made it this far.
You hardcore giftsters.
You crazy fuckers. Good night. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.